Fuel up your fall routine with Factor's no prep, no mess meals ready in just 2 minutes. Get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month with promo code section1050 at factormeals.com/section1050. What's up and welcome back to the Section 10 podcast, episode 500, presented by Underdog Fantasy. It is the home of your 69-65 third place Boston Red Sox. My name is Jared Carabas, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Coley Mick, and he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Tyler Milliken, and he killed his dog Bullet, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Brock Holt, and he came within 737 home runs of the all-time record, and you can't teach that. Bada boom, realest guys in the room. Steve, how you doing?
Ooh, what up, Section 10 in the building?
In the mother fucking building. Presented by Blue Moon.
Suck one.
Produced by Jake Yazzie.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, Jake. Not fuck yeah to the Red Sox. Brock Holt's here because it is episode 500. As is tradition. I know we took hey, yeah, all right, yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. 500 episodes of Section 10. We took a little nap for 2 years, so that's why it's like, did you think, Brock, that we were ever going to get to 500? Do you feel like you're every 100? Felger was episode 100, but you were what, 200, 300, 400, 500?
I think. I mean, you would know better than I would, but
yeah.
I think.
Andy was number 100 for Name Redacted.
Yeah, we kept the tradition alive on Name Redacted, but it is episode 500 of Section 10. Brock, what's your favorite moment in Section 10 history?
Let me think here.
It's got to be when me and Coley were on the duck boats. Do you remember that?
Outside of that, yeah.
Do you remember
another one?
Do you remember the day when we won the World Series and me and Coley were like drinking all the beers and it was fucking awesome.
Yeah,
so many
Steve,
people were so happy.
Steve was there. Was there,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
I think I was there. Yeah, I was with you or something. Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I saw Steve in the crowd somewhere. Crowd surfing.
Yeah.
I think whenever y'all came to the house, interview at the house on the couch was. I welcomed y'all into my home.
Mm-hmm.
I think I accepted my first
Guest of the Year
award.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we've had a lot of good times.
We had a lot of great times.
I can't believe we've made it this far.
We have. I've always been meaning to ask you about that interview at your house, Brock. Did you know at the time that like the Red Sox chapter was closing when we were there?
Was I a free agent then?
I think so.
I don't think I knew, but I probably had a good idea. Considering that I never got a phone call from the Red Sox the entire offseason. So I used my context clues, and could kind of put two and two together. So I don't think I'm coming back here.
We were also in transition at the time. Like Dave Dombrowski got fired in like September, and then they didn't even hire Heim until November. And he was like, he was probably thinking like first order of business has to be re-signing Brock Holt, but then he didn't have your number because he was a new guy.
That's probably what happened. I think if we could go back in time and just get him my number quicker, I think probably I'd still be playing for the Red Sox.
Yeah.
So,
I think it was going to be like that Judge contract too. At least that's what they were telling us. But again, it was just a mix-up of not having your number.
I don't think as many years because I didn't want to play that much longer.
Right.
But the money was about the same. I think.
Yeah, it was like 42 million.
48
million. Yeah, it was what would you say, a 4-year deal?
Let's see. I was, yep. 4 years because that would have put me to 10 years service time.
Service time.
And then I would have rode off into the sunset. Yeah, pension. Would have needed it after 48 a year. Would have needed the pension come my way. But, but what? I mean, how many home runs did you say I was off the record by?
737.
Math. That's four more years in. At Fenway, like that number's a lot closer,
right?
You know,
especially from the left side,
right? And he like to display Brock's loyalty. The Yankees obviously wanted Brock Holt, and they were like, "Oh my God, lefty swing, like only cycle in postseason history happened at Yankee Stadium. Like we got to sign this guy." And Brock was like, "Listen, I'm a Red Sox for life." But then Heim just didn't have his number.
Yeah, I'm a Red Sox for life. Not going to Milwaukee.
Not going to DC. None of that. Nothing weird like that.
Not going to Texas.
Milwaukee. Going to Milwaukee for. No, but I think the Yankees actually. I think they realized that they could probably just trade for Soto like 4 years later, and they figured they'd just wait till then instead of signing me. So
it was like
it worked out. It worked out for him, I guess.
But did you know, Brock, that the MLB season is in full swing and Underdog Fantasy wants to make it a lot more interesting? Did you know that?
I did.
Yeah. And Underdog Fantasy. Yeah. You knew that Underdog Fantasy is the easiest place to play fantasy sports. Playing their pick'em game is as simple as selecting higher or lower on player stats, strikeouts, total bases, home runs, and so much more. Make entries of all baseball, or you can mix and match across your other favorite sports. You can win up to 100 times your money, and it's a ton of fun. See, I would have, if it were Brock still playing, that's like an easy higher on 0.5 home runs. Like you just play that every single night and you're probably, you're rolling in it. You're rolling in it. Yeah.
Bezos. Yeah, that's how Bezos did it.
Yeah, that's how Amazon was born, was going higher on Brock Holt home runs. Make sure you sign up with the promo code Jared, that's Jared, to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash and a special pick on Underdog. That's Underdog Fantasy promo code Jared. And like $1,000, like Brock Holt wipes his ass with $1,000, but like us other people, us common folk, $1,000 is a lot of money. Yeah. Poor ass people. All right. Episode 500, Section 10. Steve, what was your favorite Section 10 memory moment?
Favorite Section 10 memory. Brock brings up a really good one, doing the pod at his house, getting to give him the Guest of the Year award.
He picked the parade.
Yeah, my internet cut out for that, so I didn't hear that. But
that was awesome, by the way.
Favorite moment. I mean, it's always the same one. It's either it's the Brock house or it's the JD Martinez interview before Game 1 of the ALDS in 2018 in the dugout. I mean, it's kind of hard.
That was a couple weeks before the parade.
That was right before the parade. That kind of set the tone because JD was smashing balls the whole postseason. Without JD, we don't get to ride the duck boats.
JD smashing balls, y'all smashing beers, like
Yep.
Same thing.
Best day of my life, dude. Nothing more.
Yeah, in terms of duck boats, I'll never forget that Brock said I could be on his duck boat in 2019. The tough part is I just looked it up. You have to make the playoffs in order to qualify for the World Series, and you guys
I didn't know that
didn't
going into it. Yeah, I didn't know that. I wasn't aware.
That was the only tough one. Yeah.
I wasn't aware. I thought that's just what we did, so
right.
That one's on me, Steve.
Okay, that's fair. But,
listen, if I get to 44 and the Red Sox re-sign me like Rich Hill and we win it,
you're
on it.
Okay. I have a side question. I know we're doing trip down memory lane right now, but side question for you, Brock. Do you know where Pigeon Forge, Tennessee is?
Yeah.
Pigeon?
Is it close to you?
Like 3 hours.
So no. There's a giant, like, from what I understand, you know what I'm going to say,
Talk about it. The big Christmas shit?
No.
Okay. What are you going to say?
I believe it's the world's largest Titanic museum.
Oh.
I don't know.
I've seen this. I've seen footage of this. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah. Like, they got the whole ass ship. You can walk around the whole thing. They recreate a bunch of stuff. I mean, people are like, oh man, like you really in the off season, you got to disconnect. Like you really got to go on vacation. It's like, I don't want to go to like Aruba. I don't want to sit on a beach. Apparently I want to go to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
You do not.
No,
you do not want to go to Pigeon Forge. I will
Why?
tell you
Doesn't
that.
it suck?
It's not great.
What do you mean?
They,
Like, it's just, you don't want to go. It's just like, it's like it'd be like going to like a big carnival. And, well,
I don't know how
totally-
do you not realize how popular carnivals are?
Oh,
Yeah,
carnivals are huge.
This started
Love
out great.
funnel cake.
What else is bad about it? Because those are awesome.
well,
Yeah.
then maybe y'all should go.
Yeah.
You know, one of like the top 5 most successful forms of entertainment ever. It's kind of like that. It fucking sucks. That was what a
Listen,
bad sell.
I'm not talking about good carnivals.
Okay.
The
Brock,
thing
I'm
I
talking about
know
good
it
carnival.
for, they do like I think it's like a whole like block, like resort and everything else. They do Christmas 24/7, 365. That's what I know Pigeon Forge for.
Okay.
So to Brock's point, yeah, it does seem like they just crammed a bunch of weird shit into a town.
That sounds awesome.
If you drive, well, that does sound good, Christmas 24/7. But if you just drive down the main strip of Pigeon Forge, you've got the Titanic on your right. You look to your left, there's a big building with King Kong hugging it, climbing up it. Like, it's a bunch of weird.
This all
This
sounds
sounds
awesome,
Like,
dude.
This
listen,
sounds
well,
incredible.
What are you talking
Brock.
about? Like, would I want to live there? No, but like, would I want to go there? Absolutely. I'm going.
This
dude.
is the number one destination for this offseason,
Yeah,
based
let's-
off of what you just said, Brock.
right.
Pigeon Forge.
Yeah.
You guys have
if we-
fun.
If we go there, will you meet us there? No, you won't, because you don't like fun, I guess.
I mean, I would.
Yeah.
I would for you guys. I might wait till episode 600, but
Okay.
I mean, episode, I don't even know like what the math is on that, but like Pigeon Forge is calling my name this offseason. I might just go, dude. I might just go. I would ask Tyler his favorite Section 10 memory, but he didn't listen to the show before he was on
It's just disrespectful. It is.
Yeah.
We agree.
May I share some of my
like, you
favorite moments?
definitely didn't listen to the show. Like,
May I share some of my favorite moments?
yeah, sure. What was it, like 2 months ago? Yeah, what?
B-Dog, I'm sorry you have to see me disrespected like this. No, I think some of my favorite moments, if we're going back in time, I always talk about the bunk beds era. That's really like where, Section 10, I was in high school. I was walking home listening to it, going nuts.
Yeah.
The
Going
full Pete Abe,
bonkers.
G-Bob, killing him. I was very happy.
Just flipping out. I love this show.
I was so happy. I loved David Price at the time. That was a very big deal for Tyler Military.
Dude, this dude was going.
The fuck is that guy listening
Dude,
to?
oh my God,
all the
There weren't
time?
many podcasts to listen to back then.
Dude was
People
just
used to
walking
make
on.
fun of you back then for listening to podcasts. That was a
in
real thing.
2015, just going, wow, this is good shit, brother.
This is how you treat loyal listeners at the time. I was very excited during that era. I would say that's up there. I would say the roast of Pete Abe's up there. I would throw in the whole Coley, are you sitting down? That is one of my favorite jokes that I still do with my friends to this day. Besides
Always.
that, I'm trying to think. Trash Island's up there with all the classics as well. But yeah, Bunk Beds eras will always be my favorite.
One of my favorite Section 10 episodes of all time that never gets brought up in the pantheon of like all-time episodes is the Pat Light voicemail episode where it was 4 hours. This was before we left Barstool, but after Steve left.
I have no recollection of this. Okay.
Yeah,
there we
Steve was gone. It was me, Coley, Pat, and Jake. And I don't even remember what Pat did, but he did something where we opened up the voicemail lines for people to just say mean shit about Pat. And it to this day, it is the longest episode in Section 10 history. It was 4 hours, and we were just like talking about random shit. And then I'd be like, all right, Jake, hit me with a voicemail. And we got like legitimately 200 voicemails of people just being like, hey, Pat, you drunk fuck. Like, it was incredible. It's one of my favorite Section 10 episodes of all time. It never gets brought up as one of the big ones. It's always Sogo, Trash Island, and the Brock house, the going to Schilling's house before he went off the deep end.
We went there twice. Yeah.
Yeah. There's definitely some great ones. Coley, what's your favorite?
I mean, I don't say it because Steve hates it, but I genuinely found Sleepy Frankie to be very funny.
Such
Oh,
a good.
God.
It's a good one.
You guys are mentioning like two of my least favorite days ever. Well, maybe not least favorite because when you
I
guys
was
were
gonna
up
say
there on
this
the
shouldn't
duck
have
boats.
affected you nearly as much.
That's aggressive, but that was maybe my least favorite episode of all time was the Sleepy Frankie one.
I think the reason why you hate the Sleepy Frankie episode is because A, you weren't on it when you were on the show. B,
I think I was on it. No?
No,
No.
you weren't. That was the whole point. You were mad we were taking so long to record.
Right,
and
yes.
We just did it
Yes.
in Frankie's
Right.
room.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why you don't like
we
it.
recorded
Well, I'm a
an
control
episode.
freak, and I had no control over the whole episode.
Yes.
That's a big
Correct.
part of
So-
it.
Yeah.
So not only could you not contribute to the episode, but me and Coley recorded it in Frankie's hotel, and you were waiting up for us to
Right.
finish it to send the audio to you so that you could edit the episode that you hated that you also were not on. That's why you
Yep.
hate it.
That's exactly what it
There's
is.
a bunch of reasons why you hate it, but the actual content was very funny because
Great.
Frankie didn't want us in there.
No.
But for some reason, he would forget that he didn't want us in there and then give like a real answer back. And then halfway through the answer, be like, wait a minute, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
And we did for like 2 hours. Like it was
Yeah.
genuinely a very funny, mean thing to do to a Yankee fan in the middle of a Red Sox Yankees series.
Yeah, we were weakening the enemy with that episode, and it worked. They
Big
ended up
time.
imploding at the end. Jake, your favorite Section 10 episode or memory?
Probably just the endless hours of me and B-Dog chopping it up, just talking about God knows what,
Mm-hmm.
hours and hours.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the days.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I think I can add name B Dog on one of my favorite. Yeah, just Tyler coming up with B Dog. Just
Yeah.
like boom. Like how did he do it? I don't know, but dog. That's what I'm going to refer to myself now from now on.
Looks good on the back of a jersey, I promise you.
Mm-hmm.
B Dog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, that's the good shit right there. But yeah, 500 episodes. It's been a hell of a ride. Shout out to all the past co-hosts, Pete Blackburn, John Feidelberg, who can forget, Pat Light, the multitude of guests that have joined the show along the way. Steve, I don't know if Steve made a graphic. It was when Steve was. Do you remember the graphic of like all the faces of all the guests? It was for like episode like 250 or like 300 or something.
Yeah, and that might have been 300. It might have been Nate, our guy Nate,
Yeah.
who was doing that, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, he had all the. I did one initially, I think was for episode 100. I had just learned Photoshop and I was like, this isn't that great, but like we got to put it out there. There was no other option. It was either that or nothing.
Yeah.
So that
I
was
remember-
initially. Episode 300, I think Nate did one that was a lot cooler. Brock was like front and center on that one, so that one was pretty cool.
But I remember sending the graphic to you and zooming in on someone that was really small. And I was like, Steve, who the fuck is that? Like, I didn't even, there was someone on the graphic where I was like, I don't even know who this is. I couldn't tell you.
Well, they just needed to fill space, so they just Googled a random face and stuck it in there.
yeah.
Not thinking that anyone would see it, but of course you did.
Look at this. No, he's still doing it. Oh, good.
Tyler
He's
is
back.
legitimately. Oh, there he is.
I
Okay.
stopped
No,
breathing
it
for a second. That was really scary.
That was a good point, Brock.
That was a good point.
Yeah.
You nailed it, dude. You
Thanks.
nailed it. How was your return to Fenway recently? I know we got to do the Jimmy Fun Telethon, but you got out there and threw a first pitch.
Threw a first pitch. Yep, threw a first pitch. Cried on the mound.
And saw that, yeah.
Cried on the mound. It was great. Going back is always fun, and I think with this new role that I'm in, and with the Jimmy Fund and with the Red Sox, I'll be able to make some more trips and be more involved.
Yeah. You'd think with like $40 million a year that you'd be able to get better internet, but
Why did his face get stuck?
You talk shit on Pigeon Forge, all of a sudden those megabytes stop
No.
turning your way.
Am I freezing?
a little bit here and there, yeah.
A tad.
Well,
Well,
It's not my show, not my problem.
yeah.
That's actually fair. I mean, we've had a lot of internet issues over the years, so this is fitting. It's episode 500. Remember some of the earlier days. He's doing it on purpose. Very
Remember
smart.
when internet was invented, when we started the show?
Yep.
Now we're deep into it. I still have the same internet. You guys obviously have, increased.
Definitely
Gotten
not
better.
Jared.
More megabytes, gigahertz.
Tyler, did you just
Absolutely.
make a chirp at my internet? My internet's been cruising, dude.
I didn't say anything.
You did say something. Now you're lying again. This is
I didn't
what he
lie.
does.
Your
He'll say
internet
something.
goes through bad stretches. I'm just saying. At times, I'm no one to talk. I've had my rough stretches as well.
Jake, is my internet been cruising?
You're cooking tonight.
Yeah.
Jake,
No.
how's my internet been?
Not going to respond to that.
Yeah.
Brock, what do you got on pigeons?
It's not his name.
Dog.
Hmm.
I honestly, I've never actually thought about pigeons, so I don't
That's
know
what they
that I
want.
have.
That's what they
Yeah.
want, B-Dog. There's a lot
I
of
don't-
pigeons out here, and if you kind of think about it, no one's ever seen a baby pigeon or an old pigeon, and I put out this nice diagram on my Twitter page. I don't know if you follow me, B-Dog.
Twitter page.
But
I
it
don't have
shows...
I don't have Twitter, so no, I do not.
We can get you on there. But I put out a diagram of a robot pigeon that the government has been using to spy on people.
It's a real thing.
Very real.
Tyler fucks his pillows.
I think I have seen.
What?
Oh.
We're not starting this as a rumor.
Well, I'm just saying,
Hey,
like,
it's not a rumor, dude. It's not a rumor. The pigeons told him.
The pigeons told. The pigeons see they spread lies. This is why they're very dangerous. I have not fucked any pillows
today.
in general for a long time, ever.
You
For a long time, ever.
Grow up.
Cut this, Jake.
Yeah. That's why. Yeah. Yeah.
I think I'll get a Twitter now and just tweet that. That'll be my first tweet.
Yeah. There you
Get
go.
it trending.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hashtag.
Yeah. We got a tweet here from the co-chairman of the Jimmy Fund.
Yeah.
Unobstructed
Yeah.
views.
Yeah. I can't tweet stuff out like that anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. You're
my-
being
I gotta
watched
watch my
by the
language.
pigeons. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, we're at a crossroads here because we've been getting complaints that we talk about Section 10 too much on Section 10, and B, we have a 5-game series to talk about. And did you watch any of this? Do you have any takes on the series, Brock?
I honestly, I didn't watch any of it.
Mm-hmm. What is it like? What does it feel
Listen.
to you? Like what is like, the Red Sox lost 3 out of 5 in this series. What does that make you feel?
Well, I mean, really, the one you backdate it, so it's really they really
kind of a
don't
split.
It's a
split the
split.
series.
Mhm.
Split the series.
It's fair.
Honestly, Blue Jays have been playing well. Red Sox are kind of, we got to get them going. They're going to finish strong. They're going to squeak in. Twins are going to fall off. I think the Royals are good. I like the Royals, but Sox are going to be okay.
Rich Hill pitched tonight at the
I think Cy Young.
44 years old. He's got like 10 years on you. Have you given any thought to coming back as a knuckleballer?
You just put that in my head, so I might start practicing the knuckleball. And
I mean, it's a lost art. I feel like Rich Hill, if anything, his fastball was registering tonight as a changeup. So it's not about, like, I know everyone is out there trying to throw hundos, but
well, listen, you're talking to the slowest thrower of all time.
That's what I'm
So I
saying.
know.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Dom
were you
Smith was
worried
coming for
about
ya.
Dom Smith? He wanted your
A
crown.
lot of guys have been coming for it.
They're coming for me, Coley.
Mhm.
Every time someone gets on the mound and they're in the 30s, I get like text after text. Hey, how fast did you throw? How slow did you throw? I'm like, 31, dude. The dude still got 7 miles an hour to catch me. All right. That's a lot. Okay. Like, he's throwing 38. He's bringing it right now. He's got to come down quite a bit to get to where I was.
There's a chance that Brock put a call in, like, we got to let this Smith guy go because these numbers are getting too close.
There. Well, what he was 34.
Yeah, yours is 32, right?
31.
Okay, he's right there.
Said it.
31 straight. 31 was the strike. I threw 130. It was a ball, though.
Why doesn't that count?
What?
Well, because 31 was the slowest strike, I guess.
Okay,
Who
but
cares?
I think if the 30 crossed the plate, I think it should be if it crosses the plate.
Oh, it crossed the plate. All right.
Then that's the record. 30 is the record.
Yeah, 30 is the record
yeah.
for me.
Well, I've got the 31 mile an hour ball. That's the one they kept. So,
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, 34 though is like dropping 3 miles an hour at that speed. That's still a good amount.
Mm.
I mean, that's another. I'm no math guy, but
Like an 11th faster or slower. Yeah.
yeah, like you gotta put a little bit more of an arc on it. So. I'm hoping we come up with a rule where if you bring a position player, if it gets to that point, they just say game's over. See you guys tomorrow. That way this record stands. Because I mean, now I didn't know it was a thing. If I knew it was a thing, I would have tried to throw slower. Now people know it's a thing. Oh.
They're gunning for it.
Yeah, it was like me chasing Maris. It's like I knew the home run record was a thing, so I'm out there trying to beat it. People know that 31 is a thing, so now they're trying to throw slow. But
I think that would be a big feather in our cap if you had the slowest pitch for a strike of all time, and then also correct me if I'm wrong. I believe Pat Light was the last pitcher to throw a ball to the backstop during an intentional walk, because the next year is when they got rid of intentional walks. I think he's the last pitcher to throw a ball to the backstop during an attempted intentional walk and a run scored. So those are two big records. Those are two big distinctions in our great game.
That's a nice one to have. I'm sure Pat's proud of that one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Pat's known for three things in baseball. He's known for the last pitcher ever to throw a ball to the backstop on an intentional walk. He's known for having the highest ERA in Red Sox history. And he's known for being the guy that points up like, hey, ball's up. And it's like 468 to dead center.
He's the original member of Kenley Boys Up. He's just always pointing up.
Aldo Robles learned it from him.
Yep.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's kind of like come and take it, man. 31 is still out there, and no one's been able to sniff it ever since. So, all right, Brock. I mean, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know that you're a busy man. You got kids. You're a dad. You got 2 kids like me.
2 kids. Coley gets it. Yeah. Well, you get it now too. Yeah.
Coley's got 3 kids.
Yeah. Coley he's the daddest of them all.
Mm-hmm.
Tired.
Easily the most dad.
Yeah. The daddest of them all. You guys should load up the kids and take them to Pigeon Forge, They'd love it.
It sounds like a delight.
I know.
Just take them, pack them up, head down.
I feel like that's the move. Yeah.
I'll meet you at the Titanic.
Yeah, meet at the iceberg. Everything you said was awesome. Like King Kong. I didn't even know they had King Kong over there.
He's like, listen, this thing sucks. There's Christmas all the time. Yeah. The most comprehensive Titanic experience museum you've ever seen.
There's
Carnivals
this huge Jurassic
all
Park
over the
ride.
place.
You're probably going to hate that. That sucks.
Yeah.
It sounds like a guy trying to hide it from the rest of the world. He's like,
don't come. And Tyler, I heard they have a lot of pillows.
A lot of pillows.
That's the first place I'm going, baby.
Yeah.
T-Dog. Pillow capital of the world.
Yeah. Brock is gatekeeping. What is it called? Pigeon Forge?
Yeah.
Pigeon Forge. All right. Yeah. That sounds like an off-season vlog idea to me. I mean, we've been doing vlogs where, we just do a bunch of random shit, and Pigeon Forge sounds like it's got to be on the list, at least for the off season when there's no baseball. Like, we're not doing anything in fucking November, December, January. Coley's raising kids, but like my kids are full grown. Yeah, I don't have to worry about that.
There's Paula Dean's Lumberjack Feud Supper show, which looks like some combination of like.
Well, just repeat that title again for me, please.
Yeah, Paula Dean's Lumberjack Feud Supper show. Like, I don't. It's like a combination of like Double Dare, Wipeout, Most Extreme Elimination, and Paula Dean for some reason.
That sounds way not fun, Brock.
Yeah, that's at the Forge. Where is that?
That sounds miserable.
I assume so. It's not like she's had much to do since the incident.
Something.
Yeah.
Brock, I got a quick one for you before we let you go. We'll do the classic. Hey, before we let you go here, Brock.
Before we let you go.
Yeah.
Do you get worried at all about like the next guy to hit for the cycle for the Red Sox? Because I know we've talked about the postseason cycle. Postseason's kind of coming up here. We obviously all want no one to do that. But you still want to be like the last? I guess the last dude is it is you, right?
No, Mookie hit it. Mookie hit one.
No, but you did it in the postseason. Still the most recent.
Okay, yeah, most recent. Yeah, I don't care about. I don't care about.
It feels like Jaren's going to do it, right? Like Jaren's probably going to do it at some point.
Yeah, you can hit as many regular season cycles as you want. Just don't hit one in the postseason.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
Griff told me the other day that he said he might be the second to do it, and I said I'd be all right if Griff was the second. So
yeah, if
Griff makes it up and he's he's a triple away from the cycle, I'll root for him to hit a triple. But anyone else, no.
You guys can have that like Griffey moment when he hit his 500th and they hugged and all that. Like you guys can do that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd be a home plate hugging him. It'd be like, Dad, get off the field, man.
Imagine
top
like
of the 7th, relax.
Yeah.
They're down by like 15. You're like, this is just such a great moment, though.
Well, that's how Mookie's cycle was when he hit one in Toronto. He needed a home run, and he'd been like a single away a few times, and he could never hit one. And he was a home run away in Toronto, and we were down, I think 7, and he hit it in the top of the 9th with like 2 outs. And he's running around the bases, like pointing in the dugout, like, yeah, like pointing at us. And I remember sitting next to Price, and me and David we were laughing our asses off because we were like, Mookie, dude, you just hit a solo home run. We're losing by 6 now. And they're about to get the next guy out, and we're going to go and shower and head back to the hotel. But Mookie's like pointing at us and like jumping around the bases like we just won the World Series. But he finally got the cycle.
Who was your least favorite guy on the beat?
Who all is it? I don't know. I don't know who all is on there.
You were there for
Castillo,
like
you just had that much disgust for all of them, for their existence. You couldn't even look
Ian
in the
Brown
face.
would be a crazy answer there.
Yeah, he's
like
great.
Nicest guy ever.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I like Pete Abraham too much.
No one does.
I mean,
not sure who does.
Holding his piss.
Yeah, I think Pete Abraham, he kind of stinks too, but but other than that, everyone was pretty good.
Yeah.
Everyone was pretty good.
There's some good people.
I think Pete tweeted some stuff. Pete tweeted some stuff about me one time, and I called him on it, and he acted like he didn't do it, and then deleted the tweets. So
shocking.
Shocking. Yeah, but I was fun. I was nice to Pete. You know, I like to be nice to people, but
hypothetically, again, all hypothetical. If a guy on this show had said some not so great things about, I don't know, like a first baseman, third baseman down in Worcester right now, would, if you were to put yourself in that position and if you saw this guy, if he said like, yeah, I just don't think you're very good at baseball, would you have some level of respect for that, or would you just want to pummel him more?
Probably pummel him.
Yeah.
Me too.
Probably pummel him.
I could see that.
When Tyler.
Why are you assuming it's me?
Because I'm a Section 10 listener.
T-Dog.
I'm a fan.
He
T-Dog.
tunes in.
T-Dog. Did you happen to rewatch the video of you at the Old Timers game?
Oh, how did you see this video? Who leaked this to you?
Listen, buddy, you have
It
no
definitely
right.
wasn't on the
Who put this
IG
Oh.
story.
Have no right
You have no
Anything.
right.
to say anything negatively about someone playing a professional sport.
Mm-hmm.
B-Dog, I have a follow-up. I'm not disagreeing
Okay.
with you. I was coming off the bench in the 9th that night. I had been sitting for quite some time, so maybe my mechanics weren't where they were. I'm actually dealing with the back strain after that one at bat as well.
Well, after the at-bat.
After the at bat, but it probably
No.
triggered when I swung about 5 seconds late.
Now, if it was before the at-bat, that'd be something, but you strained your back because of the at-bat.
Mm-hmm.
You're spitting, B-Dog. You're spitting.
Do I
Yeah.
have the right to criticize because I got hit by a 90 mile an hour fastball?
By Pat, yeah.
Yeah.
And you just took it like a champ.
Oh, I ate it. Yeah. That's a badge of honor moment, you know. I feel like you got to wear one. Got to wear one.
Was it 90? Was he throwing 90?
That's what he was saying afterwards.
He was throwing hard.
Yeah.
It was hard.
Noticeably harder to and at Jared than anyone else.
Yeah. That you knew that was coming.
I didn't. That's why I didn't get out of the way. I trusted him. Yeah, he broke my trust. It's fine.
You probably couldn't get out of the way.
No,
If
but
we're
I
being
also
honest.
I would rather get hit than strike out. Like he definitely would have struck me out if he pitched to me. The first one
Was that the first pitch? Was that the first pitch?
second. The first one was right down the plate. That's why I stepped into the pitch. I was like, oh, I'm gonna at least take a swing. I'm gonna close my eyes and swing as hard as I can and hope I run into
You know
one
what would
here.
have been really good if you would have swung at the pitch that hit you.
Yeah.
That would have been great. Talk about great videos. That would have been awesome.
There's
That
I don't
would've
know
been.
what organs are right here, but that I would have
I
just
think
been
all,
like
I think all of them.
yeah.
I think all of them are right about there. Yeah.
Mhm.
All the biggins for sure.
Yeah.
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 Brock, you should play in that game.
Rib cage.
Yeah, that
What?
seems like you're
Built
gonna
for
get
him.
the call at some point.
I should get. I want to know where y'all get the. Do they provide the uniforms?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Someone donated them.
Coley won MVP of the uniform game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jake
Yeah.
too.
Nope. Yeah,
Yeah, Jake was
Jake,
looking.
Jake
looking cool.
looked solid. Jake looked
Yep.
solid. Yeah.
Shout out House of David.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, that does. Where do they do that?
Cambridge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe they'll invite me to the Old Timers game.
Yeah, they'll probably fly you in, get you a car service.
Mhm.
Probably
You know.
put me at the Commonwealth.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Probably put me at the Commonwealth.
Mm-hmm.
Can we
Been
do
a lot
a reverse Pap and Jared? Can I pitch to Brock?
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah, yes.
He's like, I want to see how far I can hit a baseball. Yeah.
No, well, I don't know if it'd go very far, but isn't that
throw
the
fast enough?
isn't that the section 10 joke? Brock's powerless ability.
No.
There's no joke. There's never been a joke
No, it's
about
never
this.
been.
We've been following the home run race very closely.
Yeah.
The Maris family was there. The fact that you're saying they weren't is bizarre. Like,
Yeah.
this is serious.
We've never laughed about it.
No.
That's true. Great point.
We made graphics about this. You don't make graphics about jokes.
Right.
We laugh directly at Pat Light. We do not laugh at all about your power.
No. No.
You had what was it, 20? How many was
25.
it? 25. That's unbelievable to do at the major league level. We went 0 for fucking 4 against high schoolers and college kids.
RBI, though. One RBI for Coley.
1 RBI because of me.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Foul
You
tip into
got
the
an
catcher's
RBI?
mitt for me.
Got on base.
I batted lefty and we had first and third. So we did literally guy on first goes to steal, drew the throw to catcher, or the throw to second. Guy on third stole home. I told him to slide. He did not. I was doing my job.
Mhm.
But he scored anyways. So we're counting that as a run batted in.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's it. You were up to bat. The run scored.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What did they play? What is it like a 9? What is it? Is it 9 inning game?
It's
Mhm.
9, yeah.
Yep.
It feels all
What's
of
the
9
full-
innings.
9 innings is a long time. Is it
No
not?
pitch
It
clock.
is.
It's
Yep.
a long.
No pitch clock.
Base-
Not major leaguers. Maybe.
And a lot
actually-
of pitching changes too. So
Yep.
it's-
Baseball games are long. I mean, not anymore, but back in my day, they were.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right,
Mhm.
Jake. Book Brock Holt for the old time baseball game next year.
Yeah,
Very excited.
yeah. Maybe I'll get on the mound, try and break my record.
Oh, that would be great.
Absolutely. We'll bring
You
the
should
Mount
do
per
that.
hour gun out. Yeah.
Yeah, you should do
Try
that.
and break my.
Let's not even act
record.
like this is happening next year. This isn't like
Yes.
we'll figure it out.
Is
No, we've
this a-
now confirmed
is
it's
this-
happening.
Is this y'all's thing that you do, or
Mhm.
is,
Yep.
Yeah.
why haven't y'all invited me before?
Well, it's also Steve Buckley's for 30 years, and now we're acting like
yeah,
we
we're taking
run
it
it.
over.
Outside of that, it is our event.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. That's why.
I'm gonna text
It's not-
Buck right now. I'm
it's
gonna be
not
like,
really
Brock's
yours,
in for
but-
next year.
It's not really yours. But
Have
it's
you not?
kinda-
We can
kind of
whisper.
yours.
Have you not been invited this before, Brock?
I've never been invited.
All right. Well, this is happening
Never been
next year.
invited.
100%.
I'm
Yeah.
booking it right now. Brock Holt
Rock
is
Holt
Has been booked.
doing-
pitching.
Yeah.
Don't
He's
miss your
pitching.
flight, Brock.
He's pitching.
Scared to face me.
Done. All right.
Okay,
Perfect.
Here we go. Hitting cleanup. Starting on the mound. Brock Hay on A.
Holt Tani.
Yeah.
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 All right, Brock. It was good to see your face.
Great to see you guys. I'll see you. Can somebody do the math? How long does it take to get 100 episodes in?
It's like
We'll do
roughly
the
a
math.
year.
Sometime next summer.
No, because it depends if we do 2 episodes in the off season. I voted for I still want to do 2 episodes in the off season just so that we can bullshit. But
What else would we do? We have nothing else to do in the offseason.
Yeah. Red
Steve-
Sox aren't going to
Steve-
give us much.
hold on.
What did I do?
You got it.
Are you
gotta
about to read
do-
text messages?
Steve Buckley has texted back, and he said he is so our guy next year.
Let's go.
See, I was gonna fucking retire from the old time baseball game. I was like, I can't keep playing in this fucking game if every Red Sox star they invite just wants to break my ribs. But if Brock Holt wants to play, and Steve Buckley just followed up and said, tell him he can play every position, which that would be a great attraction as well. If you played every position,
I'm sure you want to catch.
Not catching.
What if Coley's pitching?
No, there's no batter. I'll catch in between inning pitches while he's warming
Okay,
up.
warm up
All right,
catcher.
yeah, he'll
that
warm
counts.
him up.
That counts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That-
No,
yeah.
I'll put the gear on. I don't
Yeah,
care.
yeah, you will.
Took
Yeah,
no
I'll do it.
convincing.
Remember when you had the gear on in the dugout? That was one of the better photos from that stretch.
I just tried to do stuff to get attention. That's what all that was.
Done.
Yeah, I'm trying to
I'll-
remember
I'll-
why that was
I'll-
the case. Why did you have the gear on? It was just like, look at me, I got the gear on. This is
I
funny.
think it was just sitting on it was just in the dugout, and I just said, I'm gonna put this on. So I did.
Done.
But yeah, I'll put the gear on. I'll play. Yep.
Yep.
Maybe I can pitch and pitch to myself.
Like Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, like
Yep.
Bugs Bunny.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'll catch Coley.
Okay. All right. That's how, because we were told Coley was going to pitch this year, and then
But
he
I
didn't get on the
also want
mound.
to hit off of Coley.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, both of these can happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very lax with the rules type of game.
Pitch.
Yeah, I
pitch
mean, we
against
all played.
Jared.
I mean, I'm good, though. That's the
Pitch
thing.
against-
Like, it's not funny when I just fucking rope one off the fence.
no one's chuckling when that happens.
No one's giggling when I'm fucking hitting piss rockets on standing on first base because I don't
Hey.
run. That's one
Hey,
thing I don't do.
I will tell you this. We're gonna get you a bigger helmet for next year, though. 'Cause,
Yeah, I got a big head.
Those
dude.
were tight.
dude, these helmets.
Yeah, they're
Like you look good and you look decent in the uniform, but as soon as you put that helmet on,
it looks weird.
it looks bad.
It's not old timey.
It's not
No.
old timey.
Yeah.
They weren't wearing helmets.
Yeah,
But
it's
you
true.
obviously needed one because you got hit by pitch. So
All right, Brock. We'll see you at the old time baseball game next year.
By the way,
Sorry.
Section 10 awards are not too far off. You might get guest of the year again. Just want to let you know.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't.
Whoa.
Honestly,
I thought you were like already turning it down. I'm like, hey, that's not allowed.
No,
Just wanna
no.
let you know.
Well, I mean, I still haven't received my trophy for guest of the year the second time, so
Steve.
it's like
That's a
Steve.
fair point.
Yeah.
That's on me.
The first one's great. The kids love the microphone. I haven't received the second one, so still waiting in the mail, and that was light years ago.
It's gonna get there. I picked the longest delivery option, so it's still coming.
Cheaper. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I'll see you on Wednesday, Brock.
Yeah.
Can we hit the applause? Can we do the applause for Brock?
What's Tyler doing, dude?
I was gonna grab this
Strike
bat
that
off
bat.
my wall to show it to you, but it's not worth
I
it.
love that. I love that bat.
Thank you.
It's a great bet.
That's not signed by anybody.
That one or on the other side?
Yeah, that one.
No,
Not.
Whose
Just a
bat is it, Tyler?
Yeah,
it's not signed by anyone. It's actually from my days playing ball.
What's the
I
one that's leaning up against the corner there?
Playing ball.
What
On
is
the
leaning up
ground?
against the corner? Yeah.
That's my backup bat in case someone breaks into the house. Oh, you have one too, Steve.
Yeah. We have the same one. Remember we talked about that? We were like, what?
Oh yeah, from when we were
Yeah,
down at
Barnstable
the
Bat Company.
Oh, the
Yeah.
BBC.
Yeah.
Yeah,
BBC.
we were at the BBC. Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Hey, let me see yours close up, Tyler.
Yeah, can you put it in front of the screen?
Gotta get real close.
The way the camera's set up, it looks a lot closer to my setup than it actually is. The wall's
Oh, you
actually
can't-
pretty far
oh,
back.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it would take him so long to get to that bat, Brock. Like, we don't have that time.
Yeah,
Short
yeah.
arms,
Right.
as you saw with my swings.
Yeah.
Guys, it's been a pleasure.
As always, Brock. It's always a pleasure. We'll see you soon.
Forge.
See you
See you,
in
at the, see you at the Titanic.
Yeah.
Jake. Pleasure.
Great talking to you, Brock.
Always.
See you, B-Dog.
J-Dog. M-Dog. S-Dog.
Yes.
Other J-Dog. And T-Dog.
Fuck yeah. Love you, B-Dog.
All right. Love you.
Big thanks to Brock Holt for coming by. Section 10, episode 500. Hope you enjoyed our chat with Brock, as he is on every 100 episodes. Jake, you got a promo code for me?
Yeah, it's Jared, like your name, Jared.
Mhm. Yep.
You're going to want to sign up with Underdog Fantasy using that code. Appreciate the support that gets tied directly back to us. A lot of good promos coming up for NFL Week 1. A lot of good baseball props out there too. So promo code Jared, Underdog Fantasy.
Yeah, what is it? Travis Kelce has to...
Yeah,
Just
he needs
have
a
1
yard,
yard.
which
A yard.
I did a lot of research on it. I feel pretty good like it's going to happen. Like, there's a
He's-
good chance he
Isn't
gets
he
a yard.
never not?
Yeah,
in
and
the
that was
game?
the research I did. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
never not.
Yeah. Well, love that. Some beers can say that they're brewed for baseball, but only Blue Moon can say that they're brewed by baseball. Beer and baseball, they just go together. No beer goes better than the one that was literally born in a ballpark. Blue Moon was created at Coors Field in Denver, Colorado. It's the natural choice for opening day and all season long. I'll be having some Blue Moons this weekend at the Woo Sox game, where we will be for Section 10 night with the Woo Sox Saturday, August 31st. It's a 4 o'clock game, Jake?
4 o'clock start.
4 o'clock start. We'll be there. We're going to be grabbing some interviews. We're going to be doing some mingling. We're going to be on the radio broadcast, the TV broadcast, and then we're going to be drinking some Blue Moons, as we always do, from its refreshing flavor with Valencia orange peel. For a subtle sweetness and hints of coriander, Blue Moon Belgian style wheat ale is a one-of-a-kind beer that's made brighter. It's carefully crafted and full-flavored with refreshing notes and a smooth, creamy finish. Blue Moon was brewed by baseball to give you a dose of nostalgia and get you excited for the new season. Why strike out with the same old beer when you can get something that is one-of-a-kind? Its bold flavor, bright explosion of color, and iconic orange slice ritual guarantees a one-of-a-kind beer experience perfect for spring weather. Best served with its signature orange garnish to showcase its beautiful hazy color. A beer this good only comes around once in a Blue Moon, but you can enjoy it all season long. Bring the ballpark to you with Blue Moon Belgian style wheat ale. It's a one-of-a-kind every time. Get Blue Moon delivered by visiting get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared to see your delivery options. That is get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared. Blue Moon, made brighter, celebrate responsibly. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Very excited for this weekend. The Section 10 at the Woo Sox. It's my first time there. I know a lot of people listening have been to Polar Park. I've heard nothing but great things about it. So my expectations are high. We won't reveal because I think those things are fluid. Like, especially when we went to Portland, it's like, we were told that we were going to get some guys. We got some guys. We got a guy that we didn't think we were going to get. We didn't get a guy we thought we were going to get. So we won't reveal the names just yet, but it's a cool list of confirmed so far. And you never know who might see us posted up with microphones and be like, shit, I'll do 5-10 minutes. So we'll let you know who we get after the fact. But we do have some interviews planned when we go to the Woo Sox, their loaded roster of talent, some exciting names that we are going to be sitting down talking to, and very, very excited for that. Not excited about this fucking Toronto series, though.
Not a ton of fun.
Not a ton of fun.
Dude,
yeah.
second half, recording days, they just don't like winning for us. Kinda sucks.
Steve, I don't want to make a bad habit of this.
Yeah.
Because I think I've been good about it, at least recently, about not acknowledging shitheads on our Reddit page. I just want to say this, because there were a lot of things that were said in between this episode and the last one. I'm not going to acknowledge all of them, but there was one person that was like, yeah, and like Jared kept saying, I don't want to talk about the series. Like, we still talked about the series. I can say I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to, like, I don't have a good time talking about the Red Sox losing, but some people were acting like we just skipped over the D-back sweep. We still covered it like we would cover any fucking series. So,
and by the way, it's okay if we covered it in a lesser form and still talked about other stuff. That would have been okay. But to your point, we did a full breakdown of the series.
Yes. Like I said, I don't want to talk about it. We still talked about it.
For like an hour 20. Yeah. So that's still did it.
Yeah. Someone said Jared likes himself more than the Red Sox now. That's true.
Oh, he has been.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How is that?
Yeah.
That's not new. Come on now.
Yeah. You got to look out for number one. I actually hate myself if we're going to keep it 100 here. I hate myself, but we are going to talk about this 5-game series against the Toronto Blue Jays, in which the Red Sox lost 3 out of 5.
Mm-hmm.
So
kind of a split though. Kind of split.
At the same time, when we last recorded, you were farther away from a playoff spot than you are today, which is kind of weird.
That's why it's weird, right? Like, all right, so let's start from the beginning. Let's cover this series. Let's speak in emotions first. That's how I want to cover this series. Let's cover the roller coaster of emotions that has been this 5-game series against the Toronto Blue Jays. At the start of it, you're thinking to yourself, what an opportunity to pick up some games on the competition. What's the matter, T-Dog?
It's just kind of crazy that Steve has just opted, while you were talking. That's really why I'm upset that he just chose to hang that sign,
well,
which I think he has a fair point.
It sounds like he's making a declaration of a Benny's Banana Split. I am falling into the camp, which it appears I'm on Coley's side of this. I can't call it a Benny's Banana Split.
I'm there with you as well. I'm also in that camp.
I can't do it.
I'm somewhere in between. Like if
we got to take
officially
Duran
MLB
going
is
deep.
calling it a split, I think that's enough to put the background up. That's all I'm saying.
You're going to do Duran like that and say you didn't homer in 3 straight games?
I don't care about that.
All
that
I'm
doesn't
saying
matter
is,
to me.
From the losing standpoint, from the emotional standpoint, the roller coaster, I got to factor all 5 in.
Yeah. So,
Standings.
all right, let's start at the beginning. At the very beginning, this is a golden opportunity against a not so good team. I'm not going to call them a bad team. They're a not so good team. And I went into it not feeling super great. Like if you had told me on Sunday night when we finished the podcast, the Red Sox are going to win 2 out of these 5 games, I would be like, very believable. I wouldn't be like, oh my God, what went wrong? What happened? I would have been like, yeah, no, that checks out. That makes complete sense. That is what happened. But on Monday, when you have the doubleheader, the 2:00 game, the 7:00 game, and you lose both of those, that's when people started to jump off the deck of the Titanic. You come back and you Alex Cora closed the clubhouse on Tuesday, or was that Wednesday?
In terms of players showing up late?
Tuesday.
On 4:00. Was it Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Wasn't it the last 3 days?
Yes, he's done it every day since. He's trying to keep guys fresh. So everything doesn't open
Tuesday
till
was
4.
the Cooper Criswell 6-3 victory, yes?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes. So Tuesday, they have a much needed victory with not to crap on the guy, but an unlikely
Tuesday
starter.
was Zach Kelly, by the way.
No, that was game 2.
Yeah, game
It
2.
Oh, yeah, that
doubleheader
was
on
nightcap.
Monday.
Nightcap. You're right.
You
You're right.
Fucking asshole.
I missed both. Hand up. I'm looking at the notes wrong.
Don't you take your own fucking notes,
I
dude?
did. I was looking at game 2 and I forgot.
But yeah, Cooper Criswell on Tuesday, and you're like, oh man, this could get ugly quick, and it ends up being a 5-game losing streak broken with Cooper Criswell on the mound. So it was like, all right, if you're winning a Cooper Criswell start, no disrespect to him, but like it's not like a Hauk start or a Cutter start, whatever. That kind of made me feel okay. So going into Wednesday, when I was on 95, the fucking Sports Hub with Tony Maserati, who we love. We love Tony.
A bunch. I do.
I was like, he said, what's your hot take for tonight? And I said, the Red Sox are not dead. And I don't know why people are saying that. I don't know why. I can't figure out why. And I have a theory, and maybe you guys will level with me on this theory. My theory was we were way too focused on the Kansas City Royals. It was always be better than the Royals. Are you going to catch the Royals? Did the Royals win tonight, or did they lose tonight? Meanwhile, the Minnesota Twins at the time had lost 7 out of 10 baseball games. I believe 3 straight going into play on Wednesday. And they end up getting swept by the Atlanta Braves. And it's very quickly, you're like, all right, we may not be the best team in the American League or anywhere close to that. They're not. But can you catch the Twins? Can you be better than the Twins in the month of September? Yes. Yes. I think the answer to that is yes. I think that they can be better than the Twins. Now, separate question. Do they deserve to be in the postseason over the Twins? Debatable. I'm not going to say that it's unequivocally yes or no. It's debatable whether they deserve to be in the postseason over the Twins. But can you, the Boston Red Sox, be better than the Minnesota Twins, a team that, by the way, you still have 3 games head-to-head with in the month of September? Can you be better than them for 1 month? Can you do it? I think the answer is yes. It doesn't help that you fucking lost the finale tonight. I think that really hurts you. If they had taken 3 out of 5, we feel so much better, because now it's a 2-6 homestand, and you've lost 3 out of 5 to a not so good Toronto Blue Jays team. That's why tonight, I'm still not backing off saying that I think they can pull it off. I still think that they can get in. I think they're far from dead. It's still very much alive. The Twins did not play, so you lost a half game. You didn't lose a full game. And I think who the Twins playing this weekend, they've got a tough opponent, I believe.
They got the Blue Jays, I think, but they have a couple tough ones coming up after that.
Is it Toronto?
Yeah, I think Toronto goes to Minnesota.
Toronto's hot. Toronto's hot right now.
So
they just
do the
won
Red
3 out of
Sox.
5 against the Boston Red Sox.
The Red Sox
also
got
looking
the
good in
Tigers
the
coming
second
up.
half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
So
both ways.
Mm-hmm.
it is possible. Yeah, the Twins thing happened quickly, right? Where we've been so focused on the Royals, and it doesn't help that the Red Sox have beaten the Royals in both series. Well, even though like those have felt like coin flips, at Fenway and at Kauffman. But yeah, the Twins are catchable. They're very catchable, and I don't think it's that big of a stretch to think that the Red Sox could have a better month than them in September. Obviously, like we mentioned last show, the naysayers are in the lead. Like they are highly probably going to be correct in saying the Red Sox don't make the playoffs, but
I don't think it's highly probable.
it's more probable than not. Let's put
What's
it that way.
Fangraph's playoff odds right now?
24%. I don't think it's changed from when
That
we did our
feels
last
good.
show to now.
That
That's fine.
feels
That's 1 out of
appropriate.
4 is fine. Like
That feels
considering
appropriate.
how this year has gone, that's totally fine. One of the tough parts, though, Jerry, yes, you do have that series against the Twins, September 20th to the
But it's at
22nd.
home.
It's at home. B, you'd have to sweep the Twins to have the tiebreaker. The second tiebreaker, if the Red Sox only win that series and split the season series against the Twins, is the in your own division record. And the Twins are 28-17 against the AL Central. The Red Sox are 17-18 against the AL East. So they're highly likely not going to win that tiebreaker. So basically,
You know what, Steve? I
What?
like your attitude.
Oh no, I'm getting to my positive point.
All right.
Can I get
okay?
All right.
Get it, please. Positive Peralt.
Positive Peralt.
Right now.
That's what they call me. No, I have thought for the last, let's say, week and a half, and Jared, you've probably been eyeing it similarly, that the Twins are going to be the team that you're going to have to try to catch. I think the Royals Royals might go to the World Series. I honestly wouldn't be stunned if they end up in the World Series at this rate. They came back against the Astros tonight. The Astros then end up getting a late win. But still, the Royals are one of the best late inning teams. They can pitch, they can hit, they can do all that good stuff. I think with the Twins situation, the last week and a half, it's been like, no, I'm not going to call the Red Sox out because you have to be, 6 games out by September 20th for me to consider the season to be over. Like until it's at that point where the Twins are coming to town and you got to be 5 or 6 out, that's when I'll say the season's over. And there's another layer of it too, where it's like we're such full season guys. The people that listen to this show, 162 guys, 162 girls, 162 gays. Mm-hmm. We're in this for the long haul, so there's no real point in us on September 1st being like, well, it's over when they're 3.5 out.
Yeah.
Like that's just not worth it.
People were doing that in June, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you know you're going to tune into the game tomorrow night. You're saying like,
I mean, you said the season was over like a month in, but there was a little jokey doos in there. I know.
I was just aggravated, and
you were not
happy. That was the other thing too, with like the fucking complaining and pissing and moaning about the show. And I said this to Tyler. I was like, when they're 500 and we're pissy, or me specifically, I was pissier than everybody. That people are like, oh, this sucks. Like, you're so negative. And then they start winning and we're like, oh, it's fun now. It's positive. And then they start losing. Oh, the show and blah, blah, blah. It's like, you're as happy as we are. When the Red Sox are winning, things are great. Things are fun. It's harder to have fun when they're not winning. But right now, I think you kind of, I've said it a million times. I always look at baseball seasons in trends. The first 2 months, you're 500, you suck. You weren't that good. Very uninspiring baseball being played. The next 2 months, you were one of the best teams in baseball, right up until the All-Star break. Since the All-Star break, you've been butt cheeks. And because of that, you've put yourself in a position where you need to chase the Minnesota Twins. Luckily, they're still within reach. So if you are, and I know this is not the best way to look at it, but it's not the worst way to look at it. You're entering September in a chase. Of course, you'd rather be in the spot, protecting the spot, but I'm okay with being in the hunt. Like I think if you were to have told me in spring training when all of us were down on the fact that Cooper Criswell is the big offseason addition, the day that Lucas Giolito goes down, that in spring training he's not going to throw a single pitch for the Red Sox this year. If you had told me that day, hey, guess what? You were going to enter the month of September. You're going to be in it. Like, you're going to be one of these teams that people are looking at. You might be the only team in the American League that people are looking at saying, the American League's not set yet because the Red Sox might have something to say about that. If you told me that in February or March, whenever Giolito went down, I'd be like, fuck yeah. All right, cool. Like, at least give me the illusion of the possibility that this could happen. And right now, tonight, I know it's weird to say coming off a loss against Toronto and losing the series and having a 2-6 homestand, you have a fucking chance. It's 1-4, but okay, fine. I don't even like look at the FanGraphs odds and say, all right, so it's 1-4. It doesn't even really feel like 1-4 to me because the Red Sox have already shown this year they can flip a switch. Like they have, for a sample of the 2024 MLB season, had the best record in baseball for a notable stretch of games.
Like 2 months.
You need another stretch of mid-June to the All-Star break. That's kind of what you're looking for over the next, now it's even less than 5 weeks. 1 month from today, the regular season does end. I think when you're looking at the Twins here, the similarities are their pitching staff is going through the same issues yours is in a lot of ways. They've lost Joe Ryan.
And they can't hit.
No.
At least the Red Sox are hitting. The Twins have no fucking offense.
Well, they're sitting there hoping. Carlos Correa. They're hoping Carlos Correa is going to come back. Byron Buxton's been on the IL, but they're dealing with that. They have
Carlos Santana's been their best hitter in the second half, and he's got like a 729 OPS.
Yes, and I think when you look at where their pitching is, the Red Sox rotation still ranks above them this year. The Red Sox are 13th in starter ERA. The Twins are 18th. So, when it comes to starting pitching, the reason we're talking about the Royals the way we are is because they're one of the best pitching staffs from a rotation standpoint in all of baseball. That's what's made them strong. And when you get to the end of the year, that's where you stand tall. If your rotation can pitch and make you survive, you're going to be in that conversation come September. That's why they're pulling away right now. I think what you worry about with the Twins here is they have the 5th easiest schedule remaining in all of baseball. The Red Sox, they have a top 5 hardest schedule in baseball remaining as things go down here. So the Red Sox are going to have to play above their head and do their thing. But when you talk about the Red Sox offense, everyone's putting it above the Twins. I don't think anyone's going away from that. What it's going to probably come down to, where the rotations are both running on fumes and you're hoping for the best. And, we're seeing some positive signs here as we're going to get into it with this series. It's going to be the bullpen. And you can make those positive cases with the bullpen, whether it's Justin Slayton coming back, Liam Hendricks looking like he's going to be back by the White Sox series, Cam Boozer making his rehab appearance today, even Rich Hill giving you something and looking like a usable piece. There's reasons to be optimistic about the bullpen, which has really sunk this team in the second half. That's what you kind of cling to. And like you guys said, so much can change in a couple days. People went from completely jumping off. Jared, go ahead.
You can make a case that it's actually a good thing that you lost Lucas Sims and Luis Garcia to the injured list on the same day.
You can definitely make it for Garcia. That's for damn sure.
I mean, Sims, for as good as I thought he was going to be, and at times as good as he was, very similar numbers to Garcia. Like if you looked at their numbers at the day that they both went on the injured list, they were both horrendous. Like it was like a 9 ERA for both of them. The whip was like 1 3/4. They were both bad numbers. I think optically, you look at that and you say, wow, fucking what pieces could you have gotten for the assets that you gave up if you didn't get those 2 guys? Like what if you got 2 guys that actually came in and helped you and stayed healthy at the same time, but you got 2 guys who sucked and then got hurt? So it's almost like you did nothing at the deadline because Danny Jansen, fine. Like we can, that annoyed me so much that they were talking about the Danny Jansen. Like who fucking cares? Who cares?
While you're getting no hit.
Yes. Like
he broke it up.
Oh, he played for both teams. James Paxton.
Broke it up.
Yeah,
James Paxton, it is what it is. The fucking his calf exploded, and then Sims and Garcia go on the injured list on the same day. So
he broke up the first game. You're right. He did break up the first game. No. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just to get it right.
But your deadline blew up in your face in 3 weeks.
I mean, it was like we already had it at C- day of. Like it wasn't that inspiring of a deadline to begin with. And
it's enough.
Yeah, now in retrospect, it's worse than it was in real time. But one thing you said like the Red Sox are the only team not making it a race. I don't agree with that. Like we're playing a team this week. The Tigers could jump you in the standings if you don't get your fucking shit together today.
Tigers are hot.
And we got Scooble too.
We do got Scooble. So that's where it's like, take 2 out of 3 and you're fine. I don't really like last year. Kerry Carpenter came here and hit the dog shit out of the ball all over the park. He's healthy and back. Like I'm not calling him a Red Sox killer yet, but every time I watch this guy, he's one of the best players on the field. So like the Tigers are healthy. Fucking what's his name? Remembered how to hit. Torkelson learned how to hit. Didn't need that happening now. And the Mariners are even closer to you than that. And
they're a game back of us.
That's what I mean. I like to laugh at the Mariners.
I haven't taken a peek in a bit. I did not realize the Mariners were right up our ass.
Right up our ass, dude. So that's where it's just like, we've gained on the Twins because they coming into tonight. I don't know what our record is over our last 10 after they got no hit by some guy I've really never heard of before tonight.
4-6.
They were we're 4-6 our last 10. They were 2-8. So that's like not me being awe-inspired. I know there are a lot of people who like to say the Red Sox are dead to be assholes about it and be like, you should have never believed. For a different portion of the fan base, it's more allowing yourself to not care as much when they lose. As much like when you're in the thick of things, when we were winning all those games, and even right after the All-Star break, when they were losing to the Dodgers and Rockies, it was like, man, this really fucking sucks. I wish they'd stop doing this. Now when they lose, it's like, I don't get as upset as I did a few weeks ago, even a week and a half ago. It's just not as frustrating anymore. I'm looking for stuff like the Bello start, like even Cutter tonight, stuff like that, where it's just like, okay, what are we improving upon not just the rest of the year? Can we build some good habits to take into the offseason next year? When David Hamilton breaks his hand bunting, that's what I get pissed off about.
Yeah, that's a freak accident.
I know that sucks.
Hand
was all over the bat, but also it's like
bunting.
That's
He's
also
faster,
just like
he is a hit.
fundamentals. It's like
He got on base.
Put your
I'm
hand
not
behind the bat.
debating that. When Romy's popping up bunts, like I've seen too many bunts this
He
last week.
bunted
We're getting
like
Trevor
this.
Story some time to play, baby. Don't you worry. That rehab assignment's about to start. Now, hey, it figured itself out. And we got
Listen.
Nick Sogard back.
Yeah, you
I
must
want Vaughn up here pretty much all of September. If I see Mickey Gasper take another fucking swing, seems like a nice guy. Like
in the
he's-
2-hole?
Any hole.
That was crazy.
In
the
no holes for Gasper. I want none of the holes for Gasper.
He's
I-
the
I
only time
watched-
he's gotten on base, he's walked twice and got hit by a pitch.
I see highlights every night. Vaughn Grissom drives in
No.
go ahead RBI. It's just
That's
like-
my issue. I saw a lot of people tweeting that too. It is really bad if you go look what's been going on in August. He's had like 3 or 4 decent days. That's it.
they're all in a row.
He's
I
hit
don't-
200, 317, 329 in the month of August.
No, I don't.
Stay
care.
down there and go focus on hitting. I want to see you be competent at the plate again before you even
We
come
know
back
he
up
can't
here.
hit at AAA. It does, that does nothing for me.
He has not hit this year at AAA. That's
I
been the
didn't say
problem. He
this
hasn't
year. I
hit in
said
the
we've
calendar
seen him at
2024.
AAA.
I want to see
Right.
him just be a baseball player again and be stable before you call him up to the big leagues, because no one bitched more when he came up and he looked like he wasn't ready to play at the big league level. Let him be ready before you destroy the kid. He comes up again and it doesn't work, it's done. You're not going to see
I
him
don't think
here
that's
again.
true.
Oh, I
It
think
can't
they'd
be
done.
true. 5 years of control, you're done with him?
No,
He's
I think he starts
23.
becoming
Not
like a quadruple A player, or you flip him somewhere else at that point.
Listen,
With their depth up the middle too.
People will argue Jarren Duran's been the best player on the team this year, and you just described him to a T.
No, I think I'd put
Yes, you
Jarren Duran.
did.
No, but Jarren Duran's the exception. I think that's a rare case.
This is his 4th year in the big leagues, Jarren Duran.
Yes, and I think there was a different ceiling with Jarren Duran than there ever was with Vaughn Grissom because of what he had as a full
He was
player.
a top prospect in the Brave system.
Yep, there's no doubt. I think with Vaughn Grissom, though, with Jarren Duran, you had the speed there. You had the potential for power to always be there. You had a guy who was a top 40 prospect in the game at one point, right? I think with Vaughn Grissom as a whole, it's someone who shoot into second base. It's never a power profile. It's someone you hope will hit for average and, have a slightly above average bat to something like that. I think with Jarren Duran, what you dreamt on was that full 5-tool package if he
I'm
ever
not
was able
talking
to click
about
into it.
the dreaming. I'm talking about the reality of every time he came up the first 4 times, he was unplayable. He was getting thrown out going between second and third, and he kept getting chances. So
But
that's
that
where
was
it's
a
like,
Red Sox
you're gonna
team
kill
that
the
was in
guy
a
for a team
period.
that's already out of it in September. Like, I don't know that that's true.
But that was a Red Sox team in a period of transition where they were looking and begging to find these building blocks that were going to kind of put the team around. I think when you look at the depth the Red Sox have up the middle here, the reason why we said this was such a big year for Vaughn Grissom was because a lot of those questions up the middle, there's solutions coming to take those spots. I think there's a guy in the minors. I think there's a guy in AAA right now, and Chase Mydroth, who deserves that opportunity more than Vaughn Grissom does right now.
Not with the cost that it took to require Grissom. I disagree with that.
If someone's earning a promotion right now, it's Chase Mydroth. The guy's rocking a 140 weighted runs per plus down there in AAA.
Oh, we got a little down on the farm going on.
No, but I would give Chase Mydroth that opportunity right now over a Vaughn Grissom, who has done nothing to earn that opportunity so far since being down there. If he's on the level, go on the level right now.
Put it this way, Tyler, put it this way. And Pat Light talked about this when he was a regular on Section 10 about how in the draft, if you're a bonus baby, if you have $5 million signing bonus, you're going to get an opportunity at the big league level before the guy that may be hitting the ball way better than you that had a $500,000 signing bonus. Like, we invested in this guy, so this guy's going to get the opportunity. You just traded the National League Cy Young Award winner for Vaughn Grissom. Like, he's going to get the opportunity because they have to see if it's going to work out. Like, they have to see it through. They can't just
The
be
other
like,
part,
if he's not
they can't
getting
look
it
at
right
him
now,
like he's any other prospect in their system, because that's not the case.
if he's not getting it right now, when's he going to get it? He may get it as come up
That's
and
a
you can be
valid
this
question.
utility piece. That's all I'm telling you right now.
That's a valid
if
question.
If you're willing to go to Nick Sogard right now and you're going to run this out and platoon him with Romy Gonzalez to some degree until Trevor Story returns, because that's what it's going to be. Trevor Story's going to come up and they're going to split that playing time up the middle. Next year, I'm not giving him any opportunity over Christian Campbell. Why would I?
No, he's my second baseman next year.
That's
You're
it. So
zero opportunity? That's crazy.
he's going to
Zero?
become No, not zero, but he's going to
You
have
just
to
said
play.
none. You said zero.
If it's Christian Campbell versus Vaughn Grissom, I don't think there's a single soul in the world who wants Vaughn Grissom. Does Vaughn Grissom, even if he, hits whatever you projected for him this year, is he going to be Christian Campbell, you think?
Well, there's
Listen,
no
I
way
would
to know.
take
It's
Christian
all
Campbell.
hypotheticals. Yeah,
As
we would
the
all take
first
Christian Campbell, but it's
Campbell
hypotheticals.
guy. I would also point out he's not betrothed to second base. Like he's not stuck there.
I think he's either
but
a corner
the
outfielder or a
roster is
second
so
baseman.
fucked.
That's what I mean. Yeah, he could play left.
The outfield's
1,000%.
already full. You have so many opportunities, so many guys that have to slot into that outfield already.
You know that some of those dudes are not going to be here by opening day next year.
More, and
Correct.
you still have a log jam. That's the
So
craziest
many
part
lefties.
about it all.
The number of lefties include, like, when we're talking the prospects that we're expecting to be here, plus the pieces that we know are going to be here that are already on the big league roster. So many fucking lefties. So I mean, if Campbell ends up being in the outfield, I'm honestly okay with that. I think he fits best at second base. But
Sure.
if he ends up in the outfield, it's like you're going to have an outfield of Jaron Duran, Wilyer Abreu, and Roman Anthony, all lefties?
He can
Can't do
play
that.
one outfield position. It's the only one he can
can't.
play at Fenway. He can
that
only
doesn't
play left
bother
field
me.
at
I know they
Fenway.
won't do that.
Like, if you're looking at the outfield, Cedon Raphael
Then
is
you
going
have
to be in center
Casas, then
field.
you have Devers, and Yoshida still here. It's like lefty. Like, that's so many lefties.
It's no disrespect to Vaughn Grissom, the player. Like, I'm not trying to tell you the guy doesn't have talent.
You're not going to crap on the guy, but
no,
what?
but I think you're just at a point with him where it's like a lot had to happen this year. And if they're not willing to give him this extended opportunity at the end, and Cora and them have kind of said it, they just want to see him go play baseball at AAA, get stronger, and look like himself. He hasn't looked like himself outside the last couple games, which is nice, but let's see it for a week or two. Then you won't be getting picked over Nick Sogard, who is the most organizational player of all time, a guy that you expect to send up and down every single year.
There is a scenario here with Grissom where you almost wouldn't want to play him because then you can at least play the card of he only played 23 games here and he could still have value. Like there is that element too.
He's
where
young.
It's like,
He's so young.
If you play him and he still sucks, then he's got literally no value at all if you're trying to trade him and go to Campbell afterwards. He is young, but that I don't know. You're only so young for so long. Like that's not going to be the case.
Everyone gets old.
Then it becomes a years thing instead of just like
We're all
the years
gonna
that he
die
should have
someday.
had time in the big leagues. But yeah, everyone gets old, Jared.
Yeah, no one.
Yeah.
No
For me,
one
he's
makes it
not.
off this planet alive.
You can become Christian Arroyo overnight.
We all
It
die.
happens very
We're all
quickly.
gonna die.
Where you were Christian Arroyo and you rose through the minors and you hit at every
He's gonna
level.
be dead one day.
Yeah, Tyler,
Sure
we're
we are.
all going to be dead. All of us.
I hope I'm the
I
first
mean, yeah,
one.
Santander was a Rule 5 guy too. Like this shit happens for sure. But you literally said he had no chance to ever make the majors again, and that's where he was the youngest guy to make the team this year. I don't know that that's true.
I was referring in general, if he wants a long-term spot here, I think this is the year for him to have had to establish that. If it doesn't happen this year,
Yeah, I
I
think
think
it's
he's
crazy.
looking at some type of a utility role. At
I
best
think
case.
that's crazy. We have no idea. Like I would again, I can just talk about Durant. I could talk about fucking JBJ. Like
I just
we've
think they're in
seen
different
plenty of
places.
guys.
I think the organization is in
Talk
different
about
places and building
transitional
blocks.
stage. Like we're talking about a team that where people are thrilled about can't make the 6th seed. Like
No,
as,
but
as transitional as it comes.
How many times have we talked about with this roster how many guys you have right now that make sense for your future and that are going to be long-term building blocks? When Duran was coming up the last couple of years, the organization was so starving for building blocks, you were looking for anything you could grab onto that could be a long-term fixture here. It's not like that anymore here. It's
But
not.
you're also talking about, like, we know not all these prospects are going to hit. That's just a game.
Exactly. And I
You're
think
saying
it's a
he
huge
has to
part
do
of
it
this.
now, and I don't agree with that at all. Like, that's just not true.
I would call Grissom if I was betting on guys that more likely or not weren't going to hit.
That's
I'd
different.
lean towards
That's
him.
completely different.
That's not.
saying,
I'm
I don't
projecting
think he's
forward.
gonna
We're
hit.
having the conversation.
You said he had zero chance to ever play Major League Baseball.
I did not frame it that way. I did not say he was never going to play in the big leagues whatsoever. I did not put it that way. I said, do I think he's going to have a long-term home here? More likely than not, no, I don't think so. I've never hated Vaughn Grissom. I've actually been a
No,
guy
I don't
who.
think you hate him at all. I just think you were speaking in definitives when you didn't need to.
All I'm saying
for me,
is,
and what's more to Steve's point, if you hope to trade him at all or use him as a piece, if he tears the cover off the ball in AAA this year, no one's going to bite at that. No one cares. He really would have to do it in Boston to have any.
But if
sort
he
of
goes to the
breakdown.
big
Bob
leagues
would have
and
been
doesn't
dealt by
hit,
now if that mattered.
if he goes
I
to
don't
the
think
big
that- I
leagues
don't think
and
that
looks
matters. I don't
horrendous,
think that
I think
matters.
that would lower his stock more than if he went to AAA and showed,
It's
hey,
the
I'm
same
the guy I
it is
bet.
right now. I don't think it changes. You're just not
If
treating.
he
he's not
sits in
a beat.
AAA and doesn't hit at all and he's still hanging down there, that's awful
Right.
as well.
Right? Yeah,
He
that's
needs
why I
to
think-
look like a baseball player to at some level this year. He hasn't done that.
to that point, if we already agree he's done it at AAA and you don't think that counts here, why would any other team count that?
Because he hasn't done it at AAA this year and he's looked lost.
Right,
So
that's my point. That's my whole point. Like, he's going to have no trade value as of now, no matter what he does at AAA the rest of the year. None.
I think if he can hit at AAA and he shows some light, that's more than if he goes to the big leagues and looks as bad as he did.
If he goes to that's not the only option.
You said you wanted to see him.
Right. He could play fine. Like, that's an option. You're acting like that's not an option. That
If he's not playing fine at AAA, I don't have belief in him playing fine in the big leagues.
He went up to AAA, started tearing the cover off the ball. Like, we've seen that this year with guys.
I don't think Vaughn Grissom's coming up to the big leagues and dominating.
No, I don't think so either. But
I don't think he's looking fine at the big leagues either.
We'll never
I
know.
got a point here.
Steve?
There's only one right answer to this debate, and that's to download the Underdog Fantasy app.
Yes. Yep.
You're going to want to use code Jared, guys.
Mm-hmm.
You get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. So if you're
1,000?
listening right now and you don't do that, you're just a dumb person. You don't want to be a dumb person. Be a smart person. Download Underdog, promo code Jared. Get up to $1,000 in bonus cash.
1,000.
Boom. Do it today. Do it
Gotta
now.
do it. Do it right now. Can we talk about something positive for a second?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm
How
positive.
about fucking Brian Bello? Positive Peralt. How about Brian Bello going 8 shut, 9 punchies, and only 1 walk? And the if you look at the pitches by inning, the pitch efficiency of Brian Bello against the Toronto Blue Jays. And before you say, oh, well, look at their record, yada, 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 they've got some dangerous hitters there. Vladdy Jr. has been a top 3 hitter in Major League Baseball in the second half of the season. I don't know if you've noticed. He's putting up Aaron Judge numbers basically in the second half. And Bello, for all the criticism that has come his way from this particular podcast, talking about the home run, and it's been merited for the most part.
Not
the
from
home
you.
runs,
You've been positive about him.
I've been positive the whole time, but the home run issue, and he would always give up a home run. It would always be to like the shittiest hitter in the lineup. No home runs, no damage. Look composed out there. He was the sinkers were down, which is important for his game. He got a lot. I think it was only 2 fly balls in this outing. 2 fly balls. The rest were ground ball outs and strikeouts. So I was very, very impressed with Brian Bello. And that's what I said after his start. I said, you know, you can look at the season as a whole. Fine. It's not even a tale of 2 seasons. For me, I'm not going to say I'm going to consider the season a win, but I will be very, very happy if he has a strong September. If he finishes this season strong. I'm not saying he needs to go 8 shut. That was the first time he recorded an out in the 8th inning in his career, right, Tyler?
That is correct.
Yes.
First time he recorded an out in the 8th inning in his career. I don't need 8 shut every time out, but as long as he's 6 innings, 2 or less, fine. Like I'm so happy with that. Just finish strong, and I'll consider this season a win by the way that he finishes it.
You look at last year, he went 7 innings 6 times. He hasn't done that once this year. Like, we haven't seen that version of Brian Bello, and Alice Cora was willing to push him and see those limits a year ago when the pitching staff was short, but he's getting better as the month goes along. Whether you want to talk about the 3.7 ERA and 11 starts, this month, 5 starts, you got a 3 ERA with a 3.67 FIP. And the walks, I think the command is the biggest thing that stood out to me out of anything in this series. Like last start, you see the 4 walks. It was 3 the 3 previous before that. Why do you see this different version of Brian Bello? Well, the command and the control was finally where it needed it to be. He was attacking hitters. He wasn't nibbling. You see 1 walk out there. That's the Brian Bello you dream on. And I don't think it's any surprise with the slider at 37%, something they've worked so hard on this year. That was a pitch he threw more than anything else. That has unlocked some of that swing and miss that he hasn't had in the past. And you get the 9 Ks. This was the kind of final version of Brian Bello you've been hoping to build up. It's just how often can he click into that? That's it.
It was also 10 Ks and 0 walks. That was an abomination of a call. A dotted strike 3. Even the batter was shocked he got that call. And that really pissed me the fuck off.
Yeah, that's you got to clean that up. I mean, the umps have been terrible all year, but
Awful.
yeah, with Bello, I feel like, Coley, you alluded to this in terms of fans, like what we can watch down the stretch here. If you're one of those people that thinks that the season might be kind of over, Brian Bello's a guy that you can watch and hopefully give you a lot of reason to be excited about next season, because he doesn't obviously have to do this every start. This is, I think, pretty definitively the best start of his career. I don't think anything really comes close to
after the game.
Yeah, and considering the point of the season we're at too, and yeah, Cora had some really good lines on him about how seriously he takes this, how much he, how much work he's put into it. And it's not, AC doesn't just like throw that stuff out there. Like, he doesn't just say that to be nice. He's like, no, this kid like cares a lot. And in between starts is working his ass off to get a lot better. And you've seen it, recently, not just the 8 innings and no earned here, but a couple other starts this month with 6 innings and 1 earned run. And, we've talked about the home run issue with him before. Even that was kind of sprinkled around. It was normally like 1 bomb a game and it never really killed you. So if he's still doing this next month and, giving you hope for that one position you need hope for, like you need starters so desperately. And Jared, that's probably part of why we were pissed off with him earlier this year. It's not just what his potential was, but how desperately they needed him to be good for this team to be able to live up to its full potential. Now, if he can show you signs of that in the next month, like that's a huge deal. That's for that crowd. That's for us. And it's for that crowd that, might think the season's over, but still want something to be excited for, to give a little hint towards what they can be next year.
Yeah. Also, one last note on Bello. The blue sleeves.
Ooh. Coincidence? I don't know.
Wear 'em forever.
I'm just saying. I think when Casas first rocked the blue sleeves, I was like, man, you're giving me major Brian Dahlbach vibes. And that, I love that shit. Major Troy O'Leary vibes. But you send Bello out there in the blue sleeves, summoning the ghost of Pedro Martinez out there on the mound, 8 shut, 1 walk, 9 punchies. That did it for me. It wasn't just the outing. It was the blue sleeves made it extra special for me.
I do think it's
When we
interesting.
talk about best start of his.
I think for the 4-seamer, even though we only threw it 7% of the time, credit to Coley, who had brought up that 4-seamer in the past as well. Even though it's not generating whiffs, I think he had 2 swings on it and they were only fouls. Cora, the second pitch out of everything you mentioned, the 4-seamer was great. I think it's matching that. And hey, it doesn't need to be this wipeout pitch that you're blowing past guys all the time either. It can be to set up the other stuff, specifically that slider. I thought it was pretty interesting that Cora mentioned that. And credit to Bello, who was the one who brought it to Bailey and was like, I want to start throwing it, because if you just go back, that's where his season turned around.
Yeah, I don't just say things for the hell of it most of the time. Then we talk about best start of his career. There are only other 2 were the Yankee and Astros starts back to back, when it was about a month earlier, 2 seasons ago, last season. And he went out there and shoved them both to keep them still in the race at that point before it all fell apart. There's no one on this team I trust more in a must-win game than Brian Bello. And it's both a pro Bello take and an anti the rest of the rotation take. I just trust him to show up in big games regardless of what he's done in any other start.
Are you trying to get my nipples hard, Steve?
I forgot that I had the turtleneck. I don't know why I have this, but I got the Red Sox turtleneck, and I got the Pedro jersey. So here we go. Brian Bello. Let's do it.
You look like an asshole.
I don't look good in this.
Yeah,
right?
You look like
You're like 10 years younger, at least 10, maybe 20.
I'm heading to the ball game. Here we go.
Yeah.
You look like if a salesman for like a local car company was like, if the Red Sox win the big game, then you can get our Chevrolets for only $3,500. Like that.
Head on down to Stoughton Chevrolet, and we love the local 9 just as much as you do.
Yeah, that's what you look like right now.
Yeah, this looks not cool at all. This looks cool level 0. I thought this was going to look way cooler than it does, so I think I got to take this off.
No, you can keep it on. No, keep it on.
Okay, I'll keep it on.
Yeah, keep it on. Yeah, keep it on.
Okay. Great start by Bello.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, Bassett shoved, right? Like
He
it
was
was
great.
one.
He
It
tends
was
to do that.
1-0, and it was. It felt like I don't know what the what's a step below a playoff game. Like watching these guys just waiting for a run from anyone. And then Bello, he had to go all 8 with just that 1-run cushion. Tyler O'Neill hits the 2-run shot. First time he's ever homered with a guy on base in his life. And
I saw that.
3-0.
When he came up in the 9th and it was like 24 home runs, 49 RBI, I was like, how? Crazy.
He's kind of O'Neill all season has felt like you're questioning how he's done anything in his entire career. Like, how did he win the Gold Gloves? When did these home runs happen? Were any of them big?
Yeah.
I don't know. Solo shots kind of early in the game, typically.
Yeah, Chris Bassett was really good. That was another guy that I wish the Red Sox maybe knocked on the Jays' door and said, "What's up?"
He's been struggling though outside the start, right? It's been
but he
rough.
pitches awesome at Fenway. Like I think he would be the perfect Red Sox. But
I do also just believe frontline starter, obviously not an ace. No aces got moved, but if they had gotten Flaherty or Bassett, someone of that, even Fetty, I think that would have energized the clubhouse a little bit more than the acquisitions they did make.
Mm-hmm. It feels like forever ago, but the 10, 20, 30, 40 season for Duran, what is it? 10 triples, 20 home runs, 20 home runs, 30 stolen bases, 40 doubles.
Yeah.
Him immediately being like, yeah, I didn't know, but yeah, Bobby Witt's probably going to do that. Like immediately. And he's not wrong. I mean, like Bobby Witt definitely has the skill set to do the exact same thing, but the fact that he's the first player in Major League history. Yeah, like he's going to do it this year. Bobby Witt, let's see.
He's got 39 doubles and 27 stolen bases. So yeah, we'll have that within the week. 11 triples, 28 dingers. So he'll actually have 30 homers, 30 stolen bases.
Yeah, he'll do it. He'll just do it
doubles.
way cooler. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Duran was just like, yeah, that's cool and all, but yeah, Bobby Witt Jr. is definitely going to do that too. That feels like forever ago at this point. Anything from tonight's game? I mean, tonight's game was it just
painful.
Yeah, like it just felt deflating when you had a chance to win the series and you get a good start out of Cutter, and the only thing that has been going well for you in the second half has been your offense. And the night after you shut out the Toronto Blue Jays, you get shut out by the Toronto Blue Jays. Like that, you know, if you hold the Toronto Blue Jays to 2 runs at Fenway, I feel like you should probably win that game.
There were a lot of layers of this game that I thought were stupid and not fun. The top one being, and I didn't notice this the first time it happened, but the interference call, and then you have to run to second to earn it. I'm not going to lie, hand up, didn't know that. I did not know that was the case. I remember seeing it. I vaguely remember seeing it happening and thinking like, wait, didn't the like the first time it happened to Duran, maybe last week or whenever that was, I thought like, didn't the point and maybe he took it back? I don't know. Finding out tonight when Uke says on the broadcast that Duran would have had to run to second and get thrown out or have something happen to be able to earn the base is so stupid. Like that shouldn't be the rule at all. Like if for pass interference, you interfere with a pass, like you get the yard. You interfered. Like you shouldn't then have to earn it by doing something else. That's also a completely foreign thing for a base runner to do. Like you're losing your momentum. Like now you're all jumbled of like, what's going on? I ran into a guy. I don't know what's happening. And that was a huge call because, you know, after he stays at first base, kind of knew Jaron was going to go because in his head, he's probably like, that was fucking stupid. Like I should be on second base right now. And it's a very Jaron Duran thing to then try to steal that bag. But he gets thrown out there and it's a 1-0 game. Like that's a huge call. The first run the Jays score is because the ball gets lost in twilight. Like this was a stupid game tonight. It didn't feel like the Jays really like earned it. They did because of the start they got from that guy I'd never heard of. But
he took a no-hitter into the 9th inning on what was that, Saturday, and gave up a leadoff home run to Taylor Ward to lose it. So I mean, it was back-to-back starts where he took a no-hitter like pretty deep into a start.
Yeah, he looked like a kid at like summer camp with the necklace he had on, but he was
Bowden Francis.
Yep, Bowden Francis. I've been studying his film. He early on, that's what sucks in these games, and you guys might have felt this too. By like the 3rd or 4th inning, they kept showing him like this guy's locked in. Like this guy is, and he's dotting everything. and he was making Tristan look silly. Like he's making
throwing
the best
93.
guys. I know, but it's like he was spotting every single pitch and mixing it up perfectly to the point where even in the fourth, you kind of felt like, oh, is it one of these tonight? It's going to be one of these, isn't it? They're going to have to, like, it felt like it was the night thing, like where you were going to have to get hit and then hit a homer. Like that was the only way you were going to get multiple runs in this game.
Yeah. I felt good in the ninth, honestly, against Chad Green. I was like, I know he's having a good year, but it's fucking Chad Green. Like, this is the guy that Hub said was the best reliever in baseball in 2018 or something. And he gave up like 6 runs in an inning to the Red Sox. I understand this is not the 2018 offense, but once fucking, I feel so bad for Mickey Gasper's parents, man. Like, they just sit there night after night.
Dude,
after
he
night.
told his parents, he's like, you guys need to stop watching me hit. He was like, please just live your life. This will come for me at some point. Well, Cora just throwing him at 2. It's like, dude, like, are you trying to make it worse on the guy? Like, there's no reason when Masataka Yoshida's in the lineup that he's not in that number 2 spot. He's built for that number 2 spot right now, if anything. I think there's a thing with the Red Sox offense, though, and they've been racking up the strikeouts lately. They've really had like one really solid game in their last 7 or 8. Like, no runs tonight. You scored 3 yesterday, which was fine. 6 before that, awesome. 1, 3. You had 5 on the 25th, 1, 2. It's been really inconsistent for them for, call it 8 games at this point, when that needs to be the thing that carries this team. When you entered this series and you were a top 3 offense in terms of OPS, you're kind of clinging to that. But David Hamilton had kind of quieted down. Ceddanne Rafaela has been kind of going through it recently. So some of these bats that were getting super hot and making this offense ridiculous, even you saw it, you take Rafael Devers out the last 3 days, and that's probably a big part of why you're having this stretch here. It's hard just to throw it. It's basically on Casas to be the guy.
Yeah, if you showed us that the rotation had a 1.67 ERA in this series, you'd be like, oh, let's go. Like, this is, you can tee off on the Jays. I mean, I know they've had good pitching in the past, but there's no way I expected this. This guy came out of nowhere tonight. I'm just like, what's going on here? And then you knew it wasn't going to happen. But every pitch of the Sox threw out there. I mean, Pivetta was 6 innings, 2 earned. Kelly, 3 innings, no earned. Criswell was 3 1/3, 1 earned. Bello, obviously, we talked about his start, 8 shut. And Crawford, 6 2/3, 2 earned, which is 1 earned. That's, again, with the Twilight Ball, that's not his fault at all. That shouldn't count as an earned run. You got really good pitching and really good starting pitching, at least. And that should put you in a position to win these games. But yeah, it's 3 out of 5 would have felt a lot better, especially after how Monday went.
Yeah. I mean, at this point now, we're in the position of we just have to be looking at the standings. Like, did the Twins win or lose? The Twins didn't play, lost a half game. Okay, whatever. It's like, I understand it's a weird mentality to have. You're shifting from how you view the sport for the first few months. You want to win every series. You're like, oh, what could this team be? We know what they are now. Like, we understand what they are, what they're capable of, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, who's having a good season, who's not. Can things still change? Yeah, I do believe that. And Trevor Story, he's coming back, Coley. He's coming back. And things can change just like that.
I'm going to go to Underdog Fantasy, download it, enter promo code Jared for my $1,000 and bonus bets, and put all 1,000 on 0.5 higher. Trevor Story's coming back to the Boston Red Sox.
Mm-hmm. There you go. There's a man who believes in his team and his favorite player. Steve?
One thing I want to mention real quick, Tyler, where did you get the strength of schedule stuff? Because I always look at the Tankathon site and the Red Sox.
I use the ESPN one. That's the one I've always kind of
because the Tankathon one's better for us, so we're using that. It has the Sox with the 17th hardest strength of schedule remaining, and then the Twins with the 15th. So, I mean, if you just look at the series that are left, the tough ones, the Twins have the Royals, the Guardians, and the Orioles. The Sox have the Orioles, the Yankees, and I guess the Twins.
That's an easy one.
Count them
I can't wait to play the Yankees. Also, we have more games on the road than at home, that's
huge.
I don't think the strength of schedule is factoring that in. It's the fact that we get to play more games on the road, which is where we want to be.
Yeah, it's exactly where we want to be. I want to see if there's still, as of 2 days ago, they had the second most road wins in baseball, the Red Sox.
Mm-hmm.
Are they still there? They are, third most road wins in baseball.
Damn.
That's pretty damn good.
Damn, boy. Shit. We really be doing. If the Red Sox were 500, just 500 at home, they would be comfortably in a playoff spot.
Mm-hmm.
1 seed.
The 1 seed.
They would comfortably be the 1 seed at that point.
Can you figure out that math for me, Steve? Can you math for me?
I'll
math
do it.
for me. If the Red Sox just were 500 at home, where would they be in the wild card standings?
They would be a half game up on the Twins.
That's it?
They'd be a playoff team. It's a 4-game difference. I mean, they're 7 under, but you know how that works. It's like you're 4.
Yeah.
You'd have
3.5
one
under.
win less than the Orioles right now.
So maybe not comfortably, but
The AL East is ours if they're just 500 at home, essentially.
that's fucking crazy that they can't even just do that. Just be a 500, like you're the 500 guys. Like that's what you do. You're 500. Like just be 500 at home. Why is it so fucking hard? Maz was asking me, he's like, why do you think that they're so bad at home? I was like, I don't fucking know. Like I don't know. It's so frustrating when like you could ask me any other Red Sox question in the world and I'll be able to, even if I don't even believe it, I can bullshit an answer. Why are they bad at home? I don't know. I hate giving the answer I don't know, but that's the one baseball Red Sox related question you could ask me where I just don't have an explanation. I don't know, and I can't even bullshit one for you.
Alex Spear did a write-up a couple days ago, like trying to get to the bottom of it all, and even he couldn't find a direct correlation. He was like, is it a roster building thing? Is it their inability to have these right-handed bats that the ballpark's known for? But he starts diving into what left-handed bats have done at Fenway, and it's like, no, there's really nothing here that points to your team not being built properly. The biggest thing he came down to was that their defense at home is just so bad. It is, significantly worse than what you tend to see on the road.
Infield defense, right?
Specifically. And I kind of dove into these numbers a little bit because I was curious. This year, -30 outs above average in the infield alone. That's 258 out of 270 teams all time in the StatCast era. So that goes back to 2015. What's even crazier, there's 3 other Red Sox teams all time bad that are worse than this year's team.
Our last 2 in there?
Yeah,
2023, 2021, 2016. And the 2023
Some good teams, though.
Yes. The 2023 Red Sox were tied for the second worst all time. So that's what you're comparing yourself to from last year.
And that's just at home or overall?
Overall. That's just how bad your infield defense has been.
Fuck yeah.
I do tip my cap, though, to Alex Cora because I think it was a smart move to start to move the arrival time back for the Red Sox players. I know they talked a lot about it on the broadcast, but I thought that was
Steve, actually,
pretty
you
legit.
know what? It's because, and I'll tell you why they won that game on Tuesday. It's because the guys had the opportunity to eat factor meals before the game.
Mm-hmm. That definitely was it.
Yep, because warmer, sunnier days are calling. Fuel up for them with Factor's no prep, no mess meals. Meet your wellness goals in time for summer thanks to the menu of chef-crafted meals with options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are dietitian approved and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. So no matter how busy you are, you'll always have time to enjoy nutritious, great tasting meals. Make today the day that you kickstart a new healthy routine. What are you waiting for? With 35 different meals and more than 60 add-ons to choose from every week, you'll always have new flavors to explore. Crush your wellness goals this month with dietitian-approved meals and ingredients that you can trust. Make your day delicious, Tyler. From breakfast to dessert, stay fueled with easy nutritious options. Treat yourself to restaurant quality meals that feature premium ingredients like filet mignon, shrimp, and blackened salmon. Keep kitchen time to a minimum. Factor meals are ready to go in 2 minutes. No shopping, prepping, cooking, or cleaning up. Enjoy effortless support for your lifestyle. Choose from 6 menu preferences to help you manage your calories, maximize your protein intake, avoid meat, or simply just eat a well-balanced diet. Head to factormeals.com/section1050 and use the promo code section1050 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That is promo code section1050 at factormeals.com/section1050 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active. The filet mignon is actually really, really, really good. Shout out to Factor. They sent us some meals to test out, and I will be grabbing a subscription because I don't have time to make lunch every day. I got to do podcast. So I will be subscribing to that filet. What were you saying, Steve?
The core of moving the arrival time back
Mm-hmm.
the players. He had a quote that was a little confusing to me. He said, we spend too much time here. Well, first off, facts. We spend too much time here. Like, absolutely, they spend too much time at Fenway. He said that's something that, as an industry, we haven't figured out yet. Why do we have to be here at 1? It's something we've done or been doing forever. I don't fully, isn't that imposed by him and the team? That's not like a league thing, right?
No, it's not a league thing. It's kind of just like, I had to do it as a player, so now you have to do it as a player.
It's just how it's always been, so that's how they do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know the time was 1. I figured it was around 1 o'clock.
I mean,
and
not
you're leaving there
everyone.
at 11.
It's not even like a mandatory thing, though. Like, as we know, Alex Verdugo showed up at 6:50 for 7 o'clock games.
Every night.
Yeah. So there's guys that will come in when they come in, but I mean, Pedroia used to show up at fucking 11 a.m.
Yeah, it just seemed like the 1
Full
o'clock
uni.
for a lot of people seems crazy. I mean,
He'd sleep in his uniform and walk across the street.
I'm sure Verdugo's like, why the hell was this not a thing when I was here? But I could see this actually helping. I could really see this.
He'd still be late.
He would, he'd find a way. He'd third inning, you guys are cool if I show up now, right? That works. But no, when they mentioned it, like I said on the broadcast, and they were talking a lot about it, and I think it's legit. I think spending less time at the park, more time with families, and just less time. Yes, they play baseball for a living, but I think all of us would enjoy a little less time at work and more time doing what we want to do. So when you strip that part away from it of they're professional baseball players and it's fun and all that, I'm saying for most people in the office, I think they would want less time there.
Yeah,
we work at home, Jerry.
I don't ever want to be in an office, but I definitely don't want more time to do stuff. What the fuck am I gonna do?
You're kind of an outlier because this is all you do.
Yeah, and go to the gym, fucking work out. I have plenty of time. I have enough time in my day to dedicate 1 hour to the gym and have lunch now on my back deck where I've built my rocking chair. I eat my steak tips on my rocking chair for lunch. I go get my iced coffee. I drink that, and that's all I need.
You do your big poop. You do a big poop every day.
Morning, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What does that sound like?
It's a little guy.
Yeah.
Followed by a big guy.
Yeah.
It's just this little guy set the tone and then
Yeah. It's like a popping a champagne cork.
Mm-hmm.
This high velocity. Yeah. But I don't need extra time.
If they won the finale, there's no chance that they would have showed up at 1 o'clock ever again, because that would have been 3 straight wins with the time thing. Yeah.
And they'll still do that.
Probably.
They'll still do that, yeah. Okay. Tyler?
Can I crap on a guy?
Who?
Cooper Criswell. Who
Why?
got absolutely bailed out by his defense. Didn't have a single
That's the
strikeout in this game.
point.
Yes,
why
he
you
got
have
very
defense.
fortunate that the Blue
Put
Jays
the
were
ball
doing
in play
stupid
and let
things.
your defense do the work. This is a terrible point.
No, 3 1/3.
When is Cooper Criswell going out there punching out 9? That's not what he does.
You need to miss a bat. Please miss a bat. When you give up 5 hits and 3 walks, 8 base runners and 3 1/3.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
this is a bad crapping on the
Just love
guy.
the randomness of. Did that
Hey.
need to happen, Tyler?
No, we were totally moved on from talking about the series, and he's like, you know what? I'm not
People
letting
are-
Cooper Criswell slide, all right?
This piece of shit thinks he's
Yeah.
gonna get away with this.
Yeah.
we were about to erect a shrine to that Criswell start if Tyler didn't nobly remind us that it wasn't 99 Pedro on the mound that fateful
Right.
night.
This is
Jesus.
crazy, dude. That's crazy, man.
I'm just saying 2 out of 3 starts
Well,
from
don't just
Criswell
say.
have not been something
He's
I love.
not good. Like, no shit, dude.
Right.
We know he's not good.
I was just 8 base runners and you get what? 10 outs here? Like,
It's
that's very
Cooper
concerning.
Criswell, dude.
What's
Yes.
the concern?
Who said? I'm not acting like he's an ace, but Jesus, he got lucky that they were running into outs left and right. That's it.
This might be the
Barely.
first time in podcast history where someone gets suspended twice for the same take. Like you're
Barely
pushing
an
it, dude.
MLB player. No one's arguing otherwise. Like,
No.
what-
I'm
Like,
just saying, if you're looking at other potential options, I'd
Still
start
going.
considering them.
The best
That's
is when Tyler's set on something, he's gonna do it. Like
Yeah.
there's no
He's like,
getting
if you're
him
gonna
off it.
toss me, then toss me. I'm saying what I gotta
I'm
say
saying-
about Cooper
I-
Criswell.
On the
I
front
just
of the
didn't
shirt, it's
think he
gonna say
looked
not
good.
to crap on the guy, and then I'm just saying on the back, like I would definitely wear that. And
Like-
you phrase Tyler, you phrase this whole thing as if like, all right,
Super
like,
serious,
elephant
like-
in the room. Someone's got to say it.
Yeah, it's-
someone's got to.
It needs to be
I
said
know
about
his,
this guy.
his hordes of supporters, of which are undying.
Crazy
There
how
are
he
times
keeps
out
getting
there.
away with it. Like I don't know why he's so protected in
I
this
just feel like
organization.
when we were talking about Red Sox pitching in this series, he was the
Yeah.
one out of everyone that just,
Yeah.
while
Dude,
it
let
didn't
him
look as
have it.
bad as the stat line, I just, 2
Let him
out of
have
3
it.
starts have not impressed me
Yeah.
very much.
Okay, I'm glad that's on the record now. Thank you.
That's it.
That's it.
I've never called Cooper Criswell an ace. I just say
All
this
right,
should have been a
dude,
blow-up start.
No one has ever. No one has called him that.
Not in Little League,
I'm done.
not in middle school, not in high school.
Tyler's
not in that-
this fucking
Yo.
guy is arguing against himself right now.
3 1/3, 1 earned. This bag of shit.
Yeah.
8 base runners.
Oh my god.
I
dude.
stand by the take.
All right. Yeah.
We
Thanks
know.
for being brave. Thanks for being.
Tyler, no credit to you. Someone had
We
to do
didn't
it.
talk
Someone,
about him.
someone had to
Listen.
do it.
Yeah.
It was an
Listen.
awful worst start of the year.
Yeah, we would have lost all credibility as a show if we just skated on by without crushing Cooper Criswell for
I
that
need
one earned run
this.
performance.
I need it on the record, all right? Hitler, bad. I want that on. I put my hand up.
Mm-hmm.
Bad. Not good. Bad.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. Not to crap on the guy. Just
Yeah,
saying.
Not to crap on the guy.
Dude, I hated 9/11. It was terrible for
Yeah.
our nation, and I just wish it didn't happen. I know someone had to say it. It was bad.
How do you spell Mussolini?
No chance.
How do you fucking spell that?
The best was their, like, was it niece? Just started trying to tweet like a normal person. They were like, "Aren't you Mussolini's niece? Out of here!" They got
Yeah. Suspended
real-time
forever.
Suspended.
Get him out.
Tyler, why don't the Italians get as much flack for their doings in Dub Dub 2?
Dub.
Wait, what?
What do you
That's what
mean?
he said.
He doesn't know what that means.
World War II,
Hmm.
the Itals, and their alignment.
I don't know. I'm not
They get a pretty
Italian.
big pass.
Do you think I'm Italian?
No, I'm Italian.
Interesting. What do you think as an Italian?
I think it's the food just clears the other two that were involved in that little triangle.
Out of all the chicken dressings you can possibly have on a tender or a slab of chicken, Parm would be my number 2 after Buffalo.
Parm.
It's interesting. I don't hate that take.
Thank you.
There's a Section 10 video that I'm looking for.
Yeah, I'm out on
You had to
wars.
type Mussolini for it?
Yes.
Out on war?
Yeah, I really
That's big.
learning about them or even
Jared-
understanding them.
Yeah. Can we hit the clap, please?
Guys.
Anti-war.
I got a lot of hot takes tonight.
The clap, please.
Okay.
Tip your cap.
Yeah, I'm going to just give it up to the kid. What do you say?
Thank you. Why can't I find this fucking video? It's so funny.
What was the video?
I can't even begin to explain it, and I don't know how I'm ever going to find it now.
Was it the person who DM'd, like, did you basically what Tyler just did? Like,
yes.
Do you think that, yeah.
Oh, may I add another thought?
Please.
I don't know.
Feed the
I
hot
don't
hand.
know.
Feed the hot hand. What do you
Thank
got, Tyler?
you. I'm shooting. Justin Slayton, I'm happy to have him back. Worked around that Rafael Devers error. I've missed him. Seems like they're being kind of careful with him. And with the same slander I gave Cooper Criswell, credit to Zach Kelly, who went out there 3 innings pitched, 4 Ks, scoreless. Not fucking putting on 8 guys on base while recording 10 outs.
You just can't.
Zach Kelly, a guy who struggles to get 3 outs a lot of the time.
That's not true. He struggles to get the first out. Once Zach Kelly gets the first out, he's fucking
Best reliever in baseball.
They could have pushed him more, I thought. I was like, he already got past the first guy. He's fine now. I think they should have let Bello get the 9th as well. I wanted that on the record.
Did you hear
What was the
Bayo's
pitch count?
Response after the game? 97, I think.
Oh, okay.
Bayo was like, I could have done the 9th. Like, not even.
That's what I mean.
But
Well, he's
Cora
not
was
gonna
like,
say
we didn't
no.
even think about it. Cora was like,
No,
no.
I mean, it was another game, too, where they used Kenley the day before because he hadn't pitched in forever. And then it's like, now we have an actual save situation on our hands.
To Kenley's credit, what was it? 6 pitches? 7 pitches he threw?
It was as quick as possible. And Kenley hadn't posted in a while because he only posts when he pitches, which I respect so much. He's like, I got new picks to flaunt. Him incorporating the hashtags at this point is just so beautiful. Love Kenley.
Dude, if we tag him in anything, it's going on his story the second he gets in the clubhouse. It's not even like maybe by tomorrow I'll get the notification Kenley Jansen shared your story, and I'm like, the game literally ended 3 seconds ago. Like he is running into the clubhouse to get the Kenley boys up on the story.
He's pitching with his phone in his back pocket. I think we can.
Yeah,
I think we know that.
Essentially. Yeah.
And Tyler, not to crap on the guy, but Greg Weiser went from having an inning where he was ready to give up 40 runs to nearly turning a triple play at the drop of a hat.
That was beautiful.
Was so close. You knew the second it happened, I'm like, triple play. Like it felt like it.
Dave
like
O'Brien,
a live highlight where I'm like, this might happen.
Dave O'Brien got so excited in the booth. I was like, I started getting chills for a second. I was like, holy hell. Like, because it's been such a dull game, right? You weren't getting any of that. But all I could think about was if that was Rich Hill, I feel like he would have died if he dove like that onto the ground. Like his ribs would have shattered. And he looked really good tonight.
Rich Hill, the last time he was here, I feel like he's dropped like 30 pounds.
He does look good.
Yeah, he does look lighter.
He looks
He
good.
looks trim out there.
Yeah, not to crap on the guy.
Yeah, no.
Love me some Rich Hill.
Dude, he could do this forever. Like, forget being 44. Why not 54, right? Like, the pitches he throws, the way he looks, yes, he looks a little lighter, but Rich Hill essentially, stature, presence, his motion on the mound has looked the same for a decade. So why can't it just be the next 10 years of doing this? Like, they were talking about it on the postgame. If I'm him, I would do what I've done. Like, be there for your kids and the season and then have a team sign you in August. That would be an awesome thing to do every single season, and I don't see why it can't happen.
Yeah, I give up. I can't find the fucking video. It's very funny, though.
You gave it good effort.
Yeah. Sucks. It's a good one.
Cooper Criswell, that dickhead.
Yeah, I mean, not to crap on the guy.
No, I know.
Receiving
Just
line?
had to sneak that, and so many base runners, and he just sucks.
Yeah.
I've given Criswell a lot of love this year.
No, but he
Yeah,
sucks.
well,
Thank God you took it back.
right.
If the Blue Jays weren't dum-dums and Carlos Feblis send in every fucking buddy with no fear
what
in the
I'm
world,
saying.
who also
That's what I'm saying.
sucks.
Yeah, sucks like Criswell.
Happy he's on the Blue Jays. Thank God.
Put Criswell on the Blue Jays.
When I go to Stop and Shop, I can cross off everything that's on my list.
Stop and shop. Look ahead. Stop and shop.
Fuck yeah.
Look ahead.
Red Sox win, leave them dead. Red Sox win, I'm seeing red. Stop and shop, we look ahead. Red Sox win, leave them dead. Red Sox win, I'm seeing red. Stop and shop, we look ahead.
Fuck yeah.
What's better than having to stop and shop, getting it done for all of you?
Nothing, Poppy. There's nothing better than that. There's nothing better than Stop and Shop getting it done for all of us.
Everybody.
Stop and Shop look ahead brought to you by Stop and Shop. Head on down to Stop and Shop. Use the promo code section 10 to get 10 cents off your tangerines when you buy at least 5 pounds of tangerines, only at Stop and Shop. Red Sox are playing a 3-game set against the Tigers in Detroit. We have not named, or no, the Tigers have not named a starter for the first game of the series, right?
Last I saw, correct.
Yeah. So Tanner Houck against TBD, Nick Pivetta versus Tarek Skubal, and then that motherfucker, Cooper Criswell, in the series finale against Ty Madden. Tyler's just acting like, yeah, exactly. Point taken.
Facts. Bang.
Okay. Tanner Houck had a shit sandwich for August. Was Red Sox went 0-5 in his August starts and have lost 7 straight of his games.
How much would you have to get paid to eat a shit sandwich?
I probably wouldn't do it for any amount of money.
Tyler? Human shit.
Human shit, that is different. I think I'd eat dog shit before I would eat human shit if I had to pick on the shit scale. I'd do it for $125K.
Okay. It's $125.
Like if you say dollars right now.
$125K?
Yeah.
To eat a shit sandwich?
A dog shit sandwich, right?
Is it like a half or like a full piece of bread?
It's a full sandwich.
It's a sub.
Is it firm or is it liquid?
It's a normal poop. So
yeah, mushy.
Yeah.
Can I put toppings on it?
No.
So it's just shit.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I feel like you might be able to, right? I mean, it's shit.
Fine.
Shit.
We'll give you 2 toppings.
Yeah, 2 toppings. You can put cheese and salami.
Yeah, $125K feels right.
Okay.
Do I have to eat it in front of people?
Yeah. I mean, we have to know you did it,
but not on camera.
You could just put it up your butt, and we wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah, book me for $125K, Jake.
All right.
Okay. Nick Pivetta, 5-9, a 4.61. I feel like we're kind of all out on Pivetta right now. On the road though, 4.31 ERA. It's weird. He has a lower ERA on the road, but he's given up 10 more home runs on the road. 7 home runs at home, 17 on the road. That's crazy.
He pitched good in that resume game too.
Yeah, no, he was fine. He was fine.
He was really good.
Skubal's a dog. 15-4, 2.58 ERA, 0.95 WHIP, and a 10.8 strikeouts per 9. He's 27 years old. He's in his 5th MLB season and has lowered his ERA every single year to where it is now down to 2.58. He's the Cy Young favorite. Only allowed more than 3 earned runs in a start once since June 20th. He's only failed to complete 5 innings in 1 start all season, and he's completed 7 innings 7 times. He has 3 starts at 10 plus strikeouts and double-digit whiffs. Tigers are 18-8 when he pitches, and they've won 4 straight and 6 of 7. Cooper Criswell. I mean, we don't have to go there. I don't need people throwing haymakers in the chat. Ty Madden, he's got 1 start. It was 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, walked 3 and only struck out 2. He's a rookie. He's making his 2nd career start. He was a first-round pick in the 2021 MLB draft. In 18 starts in AAA this year, he had a 7.97 ERA and a 1.77 WHIP. How is this dude in the big leagues right now? Why is he starting a game against the Red Sox, a team that the Tigers could potentially catch if all things go well in this series? Dude was ass at AAA. But like I said, I mean, 5 innings, 2 runs, only 1 of them earned in his major league debut. This is his 2nd start. 95 mile an hour 4-seam. Slider is his main secondary pitch. Mixes in a cutter to right-handers and a change to lefties. So again, that is Tanner Houck versus TBD. That's Nick Pivetta versus Tarek Skubal. That is Cooper Criswell versus Ty Madden. Prediction time. And why don't we throw in a little factor for each? Why don't we do that? T-Dog prediction and what the factor will be for this series.
Yeah, I want to feel super positive, so I just looked. It looks like Casey Mize is going to be activated off the IL, so that's who you'll see in that game against Tanner
I love
Houck
Casey
there.
Mize.
Potential's always been through the roof. The Scooble game in the middle is terrifying, and then Cooper Criswell in that last game. I don't love that. I think. Well, listen, I'm not trying to crap on Cooper Criswell, but
That's
against
all
the
you've been
Tigers
trying to
team,
do.
and it's not like their offense is tearing it up. What they've been doing really good in the post All-Star break is pitch. Their ERA, it's 3.78. Hitting wise, you kind of go down and you look at the OPS. It's not jumping out in a massive way. They're 24th. So this feels like a series where the Red Sox pitching has been trending in the right direction. And Alice Cora has said it himself. I feel like we're in a better place pitching wise at this point. Give me Tanner Houck and Nick Pivetta. I'll take the first 2 games there. I think the Red Sox pitching staff continues to take these steps forward. Tanner Houck's due for a good start after the last one. Nick Pivetta in Detroit, where he doesn't have to worry about giving up too many homers in a big ballpark like that. This should be the kind of environment where they thrive. I'll go 2 out of 3. First 2 games are wins.
Wow, I like the optimism. How about positive Peralt? Are you going to keep the optimism rolling?
Yeah, I will. I will go 2 out of 3 as well. The Sox have won their last 5 games in Detroit, if that matters at all. The Tigers, this does matter. They've won 4 of their last 5 series. They're playing decent ball right now, right when you don't want them to be doing that. Scooble's minus 5,000 to win the Cy Young. He's basically got that wrapped up. So seeing him on Saturday sucks. But I don't really look at the pitching probables anymore when it comes to the Red Sox. It's more just hope and pray that a guy has a start like Bello did this past series, and hope they give you a reason to believe with 28 games left in the season. My series factor is Rafael Devers. I bet he feels bad for missing time, even though he shouldn't feel bad. I bet he does feel bad for missing time because that's the gamer that Rafael Devers is. He never misses games. And so the fact that he only missed a couple, I bet he's going to be extra locked in Detroit, trying to help the team out, knowing this is go time. This is really when you got to try to show that you still are in this playoff race, even though a lot of people would say you aren't. Give me a couple home runs for Rafael Devers in this series. Also, Jared, real quick, you can get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month with Factor and with code section 1050.
There you go.
Factormeals.com/section 1050.
Love that. I'm going to jump in here and join you on the 2 out of 3 train. Only I got it as a sandwich. I know T-Dog went first too. I got it as a sandwich series. If it's Casey Mize, love you, but Tanner Houck is so due. It's 7 straight losses in a Tanner Houck start. That's got to end. Scooble is going to shove it so far up our ass like that. Like, it's not just the Cy Young Award winner. It's the fact that he's a lefty. We're going to do bad in that game. And then Cooper Criswell is going to absolutely dominate. First of all, Ty Madden, not good. I mean, he's just not a good pitcher. The Red Sox should eat him alive. And Cooper Criswell is one of the best human beings and pitchers on the staff. So I've got this as a sandwich 2 out of 3. My factor for this series is the Red Sox speed. I know David Hamilton broke his pinky or whatever the fuck finger he broke, the index finger. So that kind of removes that. But the Red Sox have a lot of speed. There's a lot of outfield out there. There's a lot of outfield. I know we talked about it with Brock Holt. This could be the series that Jarren Duran hits for the cycle.
Inside the park home run.
And if not, inside the park home run, we could see some nips for trips. The Red Sox speed will play a factor in this series because there is a lot of real estate out there at Comerica. Red Sox, 2 out of 3. Coley?
It should be 2 out of 3. Like, they don't really have an excuse to lose Friday or Sunday. What they did to Corbin Burns about a month ago would be way less shocking than if they were to do that against Scooble. Like, genuinely would not believe it. Just based on the dog shit lefties they haven't been able to hit this year, let alone the AL Cy Young front runner. So that's a lot. Like, unless it's 0-0 when he leaves the game and they beat the bullpen, okay, then I understand it. But you're not beating Scooble otherwise. But my factor to get those 2 wins is Kerry Carpenter. His second highest OPS of his career is against the Boston Red Sox of 1476. Yes, it's only again in 6 games, and at least half of those were in Fenway Park, but I don't really care. That's enough for me to look at that guy and say, please pitch around him, especially when the rest of the lineup isn't all that horrifying. Like I said earlier, Torque, since he got recalled after being demoted, has been tearing the cover off the ball. He's obviously figured out something there. I pitch to him. Do not pitch to Kerry Carpenter. Please. That's the only way you're going to get those 2 out of 3.
Okay. Jake?
I've been begging for a sweep for 2 months. They just can't fucking do it. I wasn't going to do it if they won the finale, but I have to do it now that they went 2-3. Reverse sweep.
Wow.
And my factor is that they haven't swept in a while, so they're due.
Wow.
Scuba, worst ERA of any month has been August.
Wow.
What was it?
356. But the other years he's dominated. He's coming off 3 earned against the White Sox in 5. Give me him getting human with the workload.
Seen him this year, like 9 times.
Also not a Major League Baseball team.
No, for sure, and we split with them.
Even worse.
The Twins, speaking of the White Sox, the Twins are exactly 500 against the rest of baseball. I believe they're 12-1 against the Chicago.
Is that the Twins
White
or the Royals,
Sox.
or is that both of them?
Both.
I think, it's both.
They're both 12-1.
I mean, the Royals, because the last time I had that stat, the Royals have played not the White Sox, and they've been beating their brains in, so they're well above 500 on both now. But the Twins, as of right now, dead 500 against the rest of baseball, well above 500 against the White Sox.
That split feels more painful by the week. Like, it sucked then, but the longer the season goes on, and this is becoming maybe the worst season in baseball history, it hurts.
They are both 12-1 against the White Sox this year.
Oh,
yeah. Like yesterday, the Rangers were like, we can't lose. Like Jankowski.
So,
like
the White Sox are why the Red Sox aren't in the playoffs right now.
Yeah.
For being honest.
They don't help.
Correct.
They definitely don't help.
The Royals and the Twins are 12-1, and the Tigers are 9-1 against the White Sox this year. The Mariners are 6-1.
Anytime the Tigers are 9-1 against you, you suck.
Tigers aren't bad, but the White Sox. The White Sox are the reason why the Red Sox are not in the playoffs right now. That's true.
Yeah.
Tigers also accounted
sold
for
at the
2
deadline.
losses. But if you want to go to these games in Detroit, you're a Red Sox fan in the Detroit area, or maybe you're flying out there. Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to your favorite live events and games even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. Also, I bet you could probably use the Game Time app to get some Woo Sox tickets for Saturday as well. Or, why don't you do that? If you're in Boston, come see us at the Woo Sox. If you're in Detroit, go see the Red Sox. They're not close.
I was like, or what's the alternative here?
Well, the or was I was going to say use it to get tickets to Section 10 night at Fenway, but you have to go through the Red Sox link if you want to get the jersey, so you can't use Game Time for that. But you can use Game Time for the Woo Sox, and you can use Game Time for the Red Sox tickets in Detroit against the Tigers this weekend. You can use Game Time Picks. Curation makes it easier to save more on sports, concerts, comedy, theater, and more, all in pricing. Toggling this feature shows the total upfront with no surprise fees at checkout. Get a panoramic view from your seat in the app before you buy. The lowest price guarantee or Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. Your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry today. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the promo code Section10 for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, use the promo code Section10 SECTION10 for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it?
Game time.
Game time. Thank you. What's the weather going to be like in Detroit?
Weather look ahead is brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears.
You chew them with your mouth.
Chew them with your mouth. The Sox are heading to the Motor City for a 3-game set against the Detroit Tigers. Friday is game 1. It's 80s night at Comerica Park. The Tigers will also be wearing their City Connect uniforms, which a lot of people don't like. I don't fully dislike them. I think they're actually quasi-decent. Game is at 6:40 p.m. Scattered thunderstorms. Scattered thunderstorms are stupid, though. I never really think they're going to happen. When you see scattered, I'm like, probably not. 57% chance of rain. I don't know if I'm going to put the Stevie P guarantee on it, but I don't think rain's going to impact this game at all. 85 degrees, 10-mile-an-hour winds. What, you think it is?
No, I was talking about the temperature.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Saturday, game 2, 6:10 p.m. Eastern, first pitch. Mostly sunny, 70 9 degrees. 2% chance of rain, 6-mile-an-hour winds. Sunday is the series finale, 1:40 p.m. first pitch. Sunny, 77 degrees. Very close there. 11% chance of rain, 13-mile-an-hour winds. Sunday should be the best weather day of the series, and that will do it for your weather look ahead, which is brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears. Chew them with your mouth.
Oh, hell yeah, baby. Final thoughts for me, section10merch.com. We have a second batch of merch that has hit the store. It looks great. Fits great. Section10merch.com for all your Section 10 merch. RedSox.com/Section10 for your tickets to Section 10 night at Fenway Park. You do need to get the tickets through the link in order to get the jersey that they're giving away. Also, we're fucking dumbasses.
Yep.
We're so fucking stupid.
What?
The House of Blues. I don't even think they know about it, Jake.
I think Steve does.
I do.
Steve's dumb. All right. Well, yeah, he's fine.
What's up?
I said you're fine. I changed my mind.
You're dumb. I said you're fine. I like how you had definitely most recently said I was dumb. You did not say I was fine after saying I was dumb. You're dumb. You're fine. Shut up. You fucking suck.
I said you're fine. Shut up. All right. So how do we explain this? It's if you're going to Section 10 night at Fenway, and I feel like we're fucking stupid for not saying this at the beginning of the show. Like, we're going to have to obviously repeat this on a future podcast. Like, I don't know how many people start to listen to the podcast and then fall asleep and have weird, trippy dreams about Section 10 while they're listening to the rest of the podcast. I'm sure that definitely happens. So we'll repeat this on the next episode.
Yeah, you're acting like this is the only time we can say this.
Huh?
I don't think it's that dumb to say it right now. Is this dumb?
I think it should be an announcement at the start of the show. Like, it's
a 500 show. We had Brock on, like, this is.
I understand.
We have a lot of ways to communicate this.
Hey, we're fine. No, we're fine. We're not done. We're fine.
We can put it out on social. Right. We'll put it out on social, and we also have other episodes before Section 10 night.
Multiple.
But here's the deal. House of Blues was kind enough to host us for a little pregame shindig. Is it at 3 o'clock, Jake?
3 p.m.
3 p.m. on September 9th. If you're going to Fenway Park for Section 10 night, we will be at the House of Blues. And if you show us on your mobile device that you have the Underdog Fantasy app and you have placed a wager on that game, which is Red Sox Orioles, then you're going to get a free t-shirt that is Section 10 night shirt. It's limited edition.
Exclusive.
The only way to get it, too.
Mm-hmm.
The only way to get it. So if you say, like, oh, can we buy it? No, you can't. You have to go to this pregame meetup with us at the House of Blues, 3 p.m., September 9th. And I guess you don't even really have to show a ticket to Section 10 night. You can just go to the House of...
Yeah, you could just do that. Yeah.
Yeah, you could just go to that. But you have to show us on your phone. You have the Underdog app, and you have placed a wager on the game for Section 10 night at Fenway Park, and you will get a really cool Section 10 night t-shirt that will only be distributed, will not be sold at this event. That's it.
And so shout out to Corey for designing that. Corey, A+ work as always.
Yes, and he whipped it up so fast too. He was just
what
like,
he does.
We're like, hey Corey, we need a shirt. He's like, I got you. We're like, we didn't even tell you what we want it to be. He's like, I got you, and it was exactly what I wanted it to be. Corey's the best. Shout out to Corey. So yes. We will continue to let people know about that event on future podcasts. We'll put something out on social as well. But yes, pregame at the House of Blues before Section 10 night, 3 p.m. And you can get a really fucking cool Section 10 night t-shirt. They're very, very limited. I think we're only doing 200. And I know that we've sold north of 2,000 tickets for Section 10 night. So, yeah, 200 while supplies last.
And those are the items, by the way, I get so excited now seeing like the Bills bar shirt because those were super exclusive. So I know Section 10 listeners like the flex, like, hey, you might have the one you get on the site, but I got the one that you got in person. So that's a cool one to add to the collection if you're into that stuff.
Right. Tyler, final thoughts? Anything else you want to say disparaging about Cooper Criswell?
Nope. Nothing else. Actually, I'm going to show some love. Franklin Arias named FCL MVP and the FCL top prospect. Absolutely killed it down there. Obviously made it stateside a little bit. And, hasn't exactly torn the cover off the ball, but he's 18 years old. What he did in the FCL, 355, 471, 584, 1055. Up to number 8 on Sox Prospects, number 6 on Baseball America. To have another year where you have someone absolutely dominate the complex league, that's a good sign of a farm system. Just like we were having these talks with, Cespedes a year ago and all these different things, or earlier this year, I should say. So very exciting to see that. And congrats to Mikey Romero for getting up to AA. And he swung it well since he got his promotion as well. Right now, 357, hit his first home run. He's only played 3 games there, but the farm system continues to push talent along, especially up the middle.
Coley?
I'm trying to find the stat. I'm pretty sure Wickham and Gonzalez, just had like the best August out of any starting pitcher in the system, top to bottom. So it's good to see after he looked like nothing for a lot of this year. But there is a new member, Jared, of the top 100 prospects in baseball. Do you care to wager who that may have been? Added today after Jackson Holiday graduated. Pitched this week, not in the bigs, but it's a name we talked about a lot on this show.
I don't know.
Former first-round pick of the New York Metropolitans, did not sign there. Kumar Rocker,
okay.
Ooh,
number 100 in all of baseball. Love to see it.
What is he, 25 now?
I think he's 40.
I don't know. I mean, he was, a year older than Leiter, right?
He was like 21 in 2021. So
he's 24.
Yeah.
He's already basically caught up to Leiter, too, on top of it.
Yeah, Leiter fell off big time.
Yeah, that stock's in the trash.
He'll be 25 in November.
Yeah. Also, weird stat that I don't know most Red Sox fans know. Jared Duran's older than Rafael Devers. It
Correct.
Feels weird.
Definitely falls in the weird stat category, for sure.
Yeah, I don't care for it.
Boom sauce.
By the way, real quick on that, Rafael Devers and Jaylen Brown, I believe, were born on the exact same day.
Oh,
I think you're correct.
Yeah, that
and
sounds
like the
right.
year. It's something that I feel like should be more known, so we're saying it on here.
Steve, final thoughts?
Yeah, just a couple quick ones. I can't believe we're still doing the Tristan Casas. Like, I'm sorry, but like this is weird. Like, it's not, and it's never really been weird. And I don't know how the hell that became a thing on Twitter when he's just adding a couple of props. Like, if anything, it's funny. I want to see what are the next props? Like, what's he going to add?
It's not
to
even,
the routine.
It's not
forward?
that it's uncomfortable weird. It's not conventional, but like, how is anyone actually bothered by that? Like, who gives a fuck?
And he's hitting. He's done nothing but hit since he came back.
But even I don't want to say even if he sucked, it wouldn't be like, it's not weird to me regardless. It's just
if he
this
sucked,
is what
it would be a
does.
different narrative.
If he sucked, it wouldn't help his case. That's for sure. But no, I see that and I see the reaction. And I'm like, guys, this has been going on for a while. Like this, to have those takes still, they sucked initially and they're even worse now because they're not even necessary to have at this point. And yeah, last one I wanted to add was Rich Hill obviously made his 2024 debut today for the Red Sox. But what do you guys think was the top song in the country when he made his major league debut on June 15th, 2005?
To the window, to the wall, to the sweat drop down my balls. Oh, skeet, skeet, motherfucker. Oh, skeet, skeet, goddamn. Is it that song?
It's not that song, but that was good. That was good work. It's a female artist.
Oh, Sheryl Crow.
Incorrect.
Nelly Furtado.
Was it like 05? Was it like Pink?
No, that's a good guess.
Fergie. No. It was
Fergie's a guess.
It was Alanis Morissette.
No,
no. For a run in the 2000s.
No, in
Shania
2005, it was Kelly Clarkson.
No, good guess though. No, I don't hate that guess.
It was Beyonce.
No, another good guess.
Oh, it was you know
That
who
early
it was?
Rihanna? Was
It
she
was
already-
Katy Perry. That's who it was.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
That might be a little too early for Perry.
Missy
it was
Elliott.
Ashley Simpson.
No.
Oh,
The,
it was
the second, the number
Jessica
2
Simpson?
song was Hollaback Girl by Gwen Stefani.
Yes.
Okay. That's
Mariah Carey.
Mariah
no.
Carey's correct.
Bang!
Do you know the
What?
song, though? Do you know the song?
Suck it.
What?
Excuse me, what'd you say?
Do you know what the song
Mariah
was, Tito?
Carey was not putting out number
It's
one
Like
hits
That?
in 2005.
Yeah, she was. It's a terrible.
Yeah,
take.
she was, man.
The song with
no.
Busta Rhymes.
We belong together?
We Belong Together. That is
Classics.
correct. Good job, T-Dog. What's the number 1 song?
Never
right
down.
now?
You said now?
Yeah, what's right now?
Probably Sabrina Carpenter, if I had to guess.
The
it's that
number one
tipsy
song?
Everybody at the bar getting tipsy.
No,
that one's
that
actually
track.
played that.
that
That
is
one's-
the number one song.
Yeah, Billboard number 1 right now.
Wow. Where's I had some help.
Dude, I was just gonna say that. Number 2.
Did you guys listen to that whole album? Is it good?
Bottom off the shelf.
No.
Making every weekend, you can tell.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Hell, I had some help.
Hey,
Yeah, it's a good song.
it's really good. I wish we could play it now, but we can't.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Can I drop a music take?
No.
Okay.
What is it?
I just been listening to Thank Me Later, just going back, just for fun, the last couple days or so. Oh my god, that project is
Cooley's
like
face.
prime, like 2010. Like, thank me now, dude. I was just listening to that on the way home today, and it had me in my
All right.
feelings. Not in an emotional way,
Wrap
but
it
in an
up.
inspirational
Wrap
way.
it up.
Tyler would
Wrap
be
it up.
someone to say
Yeah.
that project just from
Yeah, that
start to
project.
finish.
It goes crazy, bro.
Yeah,
it goes
crazy,
crazy.
crazy,
Called
crazy,
it two different
crazy.
things.
Yeah.
No, Thank Me Later is a
Thank Me
project.
Now.
Thank Me Now is the one of the
Yeah,
tracks.
yeah. Jake Stakes?
Yeah, shout out to Will Fleming, Lou Merlone, and Sean McDonough. Just
Can we play that?
a hell of a threesome in the booth this week. Jared, play the clip.
How about a little threesome? This booth, we could do some damage. On the golf course, I mean, 0-2 to Ernie Clement.
The O2.
Hurry back, Joe Castig. 1-0 Red Sox in.
What a great booth that was.
Mm.
I enjoy it. Will
Funny
Fleming's
stuff
the
happens
best.
when Sean McDonough's around, and obviously Will.
Yeah.
Sean is
And Lou.
great. Will's great. Lou's that's the big three right there. That's a
Mhm.
huge trio. And
If
they
that
apparently
were
having
like
sex. Yep.
if that were a full-time thing, them three, it's the dream team.
Does he say off the top, do some damage? Like we could
Yeah,
do
yeah.
some.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Only slightly related to that clip. We're not talking enough about there being a guy named Ernie playing professional baseball. Like, that's
When I
that's
saw him, I
Hell of a
thought of you,
baseball
Cole.
name.
Huh?
It's a hell of a baseball name.
No doubt. That's why I think we need to be talking about him more. It's just very funny.
All right. Jake, book Ernie Clement. We'll get him on. We'll get him on.
Ernie.
Okay. That's a wrap on episode 500. I hope you were thoroughly entertained. Feel free to go fucking piss and moan about it on Reddit. Fucking assholes.
But you don't care about that.
No.
Tell you what, if you want to log a complaint, sign up at Underdog Fantasy, promo code Jared. Screenshot it, send it to Jared that you have signed up, deposited some coin, got your deposit match bonus and bonus bets, all that, and then add your complaint to that.
Yeah. My favorite complaint is they're complaining about getting more content than they've ever gotten ever before. It's like they're like, yeah, like they go to like NASCAR and like all this. It's like we didn't deviate from what we used to do. We are doing more than we've ever done before. And by the way, it's free. You're not paying for it. You can just consume it, not consume it.
You can make
shut
money
up.
listening to this show if you're not
Yeah.
a fucking moron.
Okay. Thank you guys for 500 episodes of support. Whether you came on episode 499, whether you've been here since Pete's Mom's Basement in 2015, we love you guys. We appreciate you guys. We're looking forward to getting out there and seeing and hanging with all you guys this weekend in Worcester, first Saturday, and then Section 10 night at Fenway Park on September 9th. RedSox.com/Section 10 to get your tickets. We will see you there. Very excited for it. And go Sox. Okay, bye.
Buenas noches, amigos.